Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for a later than scheduled ManDem United podcast. That is on me, though, people. So apologies on the lateness. But like Malcolm said in the comments already, lateness, lateness is greatness. It's really not. But big up to Malcolm for saying that. Like I said, the lateness is on me. It's not an Ivorian, people. I was sorting out some stuff, so that's why I'm late. We're here. It's not an Ivorian. This is solely on me. But we're here, the ManDem United podcast, which is the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related, people. And before we even get into the show, Ivorian, how you doing, fam? You good?
First of all, I'm doing well. We've had a good weekend in terms of heat and summer, and I know that Manchester right now is hot. It's probably one of the rarest things to see in Manchester. We know the rain, the coldness, as usual. But I'm doing well, man. Our team got a W against one of the rivals in preseason, but then again, it's our rivals. Is it really a friendly? But yeah, we here, man. I'm here. Big up to everyone that's tuning in as well. Get me.
Yeah,
How are
man.
you doing, Flawless, as well? Let me ask the host how's he doing, because no one ever asks the host how he's
Good
doing.
point. That is a valid point, and that's a very valid point. Yeah, fam, I'm blessed, man. I'm looking forward these shows as much as I enjoy doing them with you and enjoy the ManDem United and going back and forth with the chat. Because United have had positive news and there's a positive result today, I've looked forward to these shows even more. I'm looking forward to these shows even more. Because the news, like the players we're getting linked with, like I said, signing Malacia, Ericsson, the De Jong deal, which we're going to get into as well. It's looking like Martinez, Anthony, all these players, like I'm over the moon, fam. You know what I'm saying? And I'm over the moon. So yeah, I'm in a good space, man. All good, man. So thanks for asking. Make sure you hit the like button on the video, people, whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back. Share this across all the socials and subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. Make sure you do that and hit the notification bell. But as you can see from the title, people, and this had our fan base, well, some of our fan base in uproar across social media. Couldn't believe it. And our fan base super reactionary as always. Harry Maguire is the captain. That's what Ten Hag stated. I will get the full quotes up, but Harry Maguire is the captain. So Ten Hag has stated he is his captain. Your thoughts on that? Talk to me, Ivorian.
First of all, one thing I have to say was that people needs to just, like, even when I watched the press conference, everyone was just reacting so much. And I was watching the press conference and I understood. I heard the question as well. And the question was, is Harry Maguire your captain for next season? And Erik had Ten Hag a response said that Harry Maguire is the captain. He never necessarily answered that question from whoever was answering that question. He never answered, yes, Harry Maguire is the captain for next season. No, he also said, in addition, because I couldn't get the quotes as well. Let me find the quotes as well, because he spoke about.
Yeah, I'll let you find the quotes. No.
I'm on the website already. I need to see that press conference.
Because I got interesting thoughts on exactly what he said. Because I think people are missing out a key part of his response to that question as well.
Where is his media watch, man? Harry Maguire, captain. He also said, what else did he say? He said, of course, Harry Maguire's captain. And he asked, what kind of qualities does he bring? And I know people read it, and he spoke about how, first of all, he needs to obviously speak to everyone and understand everyone within the team. And then, of course, he said Harry Maguire has been successful, etc. I need to get the exact quote that he said, but people read into that too much. One of the things you should do, as always, what you've learned in school, take out your red pen, for God's sake, and look at it in black and white and stop underlining and read between the lines. And that's one thing I got to tell people. He said he needs to understand his squad first, and get to know people before he makes a real decision, if you understand what that means. Yes, Harry Maguire has got some success. That's the most questionable thing, because there is no success with Harry Maguire. The most successful thing is that he's stealing a living and he's conning everyone that he's an actual defender that's worth 80 million. That's the only success he has right now for Harry Maguire. That he gets. He's the captain of Manchester United. He con and he's stealing a living. That's the only thing. But in my opinion, I don't read it too much as Harry Maguire will be captain. And if he is, so be it, because at the end of the day, Erik Ten Hag makes the decisions. I'm out here backing my manager, for the first time in the longest time of them all. I'm backing this guy to 100%. If it happens to be that Ten Hag Harry Maguire happens to be the manager. You have to look at the squad in terms of the characteristics, the leadership that's there, who's vocal enough. And we don't have many players that are vocal who are leaders at all. People say Bruno is, people say Ronaldo is by his goals. Ronaldo's a captain by goals and his reputation, but doesn't mean he can be the greatest captain.
Yeah.
So yeah, my thoughts on it is that people just read into it too much. Calm yourself down. Harry Maguire might be the captain, he might not be the captain. But Ten Hag didn't say he will be the captain of next season. He just addressed it respectfully in the most political way that you can. You're not going to tell the whole media that, no, he's not my captain, without not letting him know.
You spin right now, fam.
You know that.
You spin right now.
No one does that. It's unprofessional. So the most unprofessional way he answered that was just saying that Harry Maguire is captain, which means that Harry Maguire is current captain. You didn't answer that question of who will be the next captain of Harry Maguire. First, how did you see it?
Bear me 1 sec, fam. 1 sec.
Flores, I think, is probably either trying to turn off this TV or trying to put some aircon on or the fan on, bro.
Yeah, I was just trying to sort out the TV, but yeah, how I seen it. Let me actually pull up the quote and what he said, because I think people, first and foremost, our fan base is in uproar per usual. I think our fan base just likes to complain. I believe that fully 110%, and a lot of people back the manager until the manager does something that I don't like. That always seems to be the case in it, where it's like, it can't be all managers. Whoever your football team is going to do things that you disagree with or you don't think is best for the team. Do I like the fact Maguire's still the captain? No. Would I have preferred him to have stripped him of the captaincy? Absolutely. But I look at it and go, there's no standout candidate. Whoever he picked as captain, I would have a problem with. Whoever that is. Whoever that is, there is no standout. We mentioned it. Ronaldo, De Gea, Bruno. They're probably the other three candidates. He can't give the captaincy to Ronaldo because he's trying to leave. To me, De Gea is not really a great captain and captain material. Neither's Bruno. So therefore, who do you give the captaincy to? Like, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. There's no correct answer here. There isn't any correct answer. But again, would I preferred him to have stripped Maguire of it? Yes. But I said back the manager. But there was a key statement. There was a key phrase he said. Hold up. Where is it? 1 second. Let me actually pull it up. I'm actually gonna pull up the actual quote. Yeah. I did save it. Hey, if anyone wants to be a producer of the ManDem United podcast, let us know it. We need someone for stuff like this to fact check and pull up quotes and stuff like that. So if anyone's out there, please let us know. If anyone's out there, hold up. I saved it. Now here it is. Hopefully, I swear I saved it.
Let me see it now.
I didn't even save it. What the hell? Hold up, people. We're trying to find it. Because there's an exact quote that he stated. So he said, well, basically, I'm paraphrasing it, but he said, Maguire's my captain. I don't know all of the players yet.
Absolutely.
That's the key part in that statement. He doesn't know all the players. So we want him to pick a captain, and he doesn't know the players. So he don't know who's captain material and who's not. Like, we can tell him. I can tell him. Ivorian can tell him. United fans in the chat, you lot can tell him who's captain material and who's not. And the answer to the question is none of them. Or he has to pick one.
Absolutely. Yeah, let me just put that quote up there for you. Hopefully it can fit within the limits. Because he said right there, of course,
no stress.
He said, Harry Maguire is captain. When he asked, and of course he said, of course, I have to get to know all the players, and it takes time.
Yes.
So guys, read between it. But he is an established captain for a few years, and he has achieved a lot of success. So I don't doubt about this issue. So guys, read between the line. Of course, I have to get to know all the players, and it takes time. He needs to get to know all the players, and it takes time in order to select an ideal candidate for a captaincy. For you guys that like to analyze things, for you English literature students that will take your red pen out and see all the possible outcomes of what this word means, I guarantee you that's what you're trying to say. But some of you guys don't like to read and take your red pen out and analyze words. You guys just read things for what it is, black and white, and react to it.
And that's it. Yeah, go on, fam. Carry on.
I know. I'll just post it up so you can have it right there.
Yeah. And we will run through the comments as well while Ivorian does that. Big up Flawless. I wanted to celebrate my birthday yesterday on one of your late shows, but I was too late. Big up Keenan, man. Happy birthday, man. I hope you enjoyed your day, man. I hope you enjoyed your day. Daredevil says, big up Flawless. Love from the USA here. Hopefully you're doing well. Good preseason win for us against Liverpool. We will discuss that. Always love for the support, Daredevil. He also says, big up Ivorian as well. Love from the USA here. Abdullah says, I love Zidane Iqbal. He's the beast. He's the beast, turns so quick. Who's that? Someone must learn from him. Okay, Abdullah's gas.
I think he's talking about McTominay. McTominay.
Oh, McTominay. Oh, right. See, there it is. McTominay needs to learn from a lot of people. Big up everyone. Hope you're all good. Big up Go Heezy as well. You know what I'm saying? Central C, aka Darwin Nunes slander. Yeah, I've seen Darwin Nunes getting slandered as already. Daredevil says, Maguire is captain. I can't believe it. I'm against this, but maybe Ten Hag thinks he can work on Maguire and evolve him, but I doubt it will happen. I think this ties into what I was saying in terms of, one, he's getting to know them all, which people have forgotten. Like, we've been here the entire time these players have been here. So we know who we rate, who we don't rate, who's captain material, who's not captain material, who we think should start, who should be a squad player, who should be sold, etc. Ten Hag knows none of these things. He had his first match today. He's having his first few training sessions. He's just getting to know everybody and know what everyone's like on the field and off the field as well. So he's getting to learn, like, all right, who takes instructions well on the field, who takes instructions in the heat of the battle. That's why all these things he's figuring out. Who responds better to criticism? Who responds better to praise? What players link up with who? Then off the field as well. That's also for, like, who's a great trainer? Who's a bad trainer? Who needs to kick up the ass with training? Like, all of this is an entire new workforce he's working with. Who's the class clown? Who's the guy I can go to who sets the example? You know what I'm saying? Who's the leader? Who's the guy I can lean on when I'm not here? All of these things. He's got so many questions, and that's within defense, midfield, and attack. Who's that in defense? Who's that in midfield? Who's that in attack? All of these type of things. Big up to Daniel in the cut, as always, supporting. Large up all of you. Zay says, that quote triggered me. It's an easy choice for me. De Gea should get it. Here's the thing with that. I understand. I get why the quote would trigger you, because he's not good enough. You know what I'm saying? And like 110%, like, he's not good enough. He's not. Like, Maguire, we know as a captain, as a player, is not good enough. However, De Gea's not miles better. We forget this is the same De Gea we tried to leave not too long ago. The same De Gea who's got dropped by Van Gaal because his head wasn't on it. The same De Gea that was average for 3 seasons. And it wasn't a technical issue. It's because his head wasn't here. Like, I'm more critical of De Gea than I am Maguire. You know why? Because De Gea has the talent. With Maguire, it's a lack of skill. His skill set's not there. Like, you can say what you want about his mentality, which is also off, but he doesn't have the skill. De Gea has the skill. His mentality is a big issue for me. And this is why I was so critical of him. This time last season, I wanted him sold. I was stating it. I was like, this guy had 2 bad seasons and 1 average season. So I said, we got to wait 4 seasons for you to get good again. Manchester United, this is football at the highest level. This is a what have you done for me lately sport. So that's why I don't look at De Gea and go, yeah, he's a great choice. Should he get it? I would give the captaincy to De Gea. So I agree with you on that. But I don't think he's a great candidate. I think he's the best out of a bad bunch. YG Jez says, big up to Jez every single time, my guy. Harrison says, I just want honesty from my manager. He's achieved great things. That just tells me he's reaching. Just be honest. Here's the thing. Let me let you into a secret, Harrison. No manager is 110% honest. Absolutely. All of these managers lie and reach and bend the truth. You know why? Because if they was truthfully honest, it would be detrimental to them getting results. Do you think every manager who's managing at the highest level rates every single player they have? Absolutely not. But of course, they're going to say that. We've seen Klopp say, I have I have the 4 best centre-backs in Europe or in the league and the best full-backs in the league. Now, whether he believes that or not is a different conversation. But even if he didn't, of course he's going to say that. Managers are very similar to politicians. Don't pay attention to what they say. Look at their actions. Actions speak louder than words, people. I don't care what Ten Hag says. Show me on the pitch. I say this about footballers all the time in this team. Harry Maguire talking to the media and talking about his performances. And this is why we all hate the apologies after we lose. We don't care. We do not care. Perform on the football pitch. That's all I am fussed about. So yeah, like when you say if you want honesty from your manager, Harrison, you're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong place. Go on, Ivor. You're going to say something from.
Oh no, absolutely, man. Like I said before, I agree with you. All managers are politicians. They know how to word things properly. And like I said before, you're not going to see your managers tell from everyone on TV, MUTV, for it to be broadcasted around, so you can see on ESPN, you can see on CNN, Sky Sport, everywhere. Talk Sport will be talking about saying that no, Maguire is not my captain. No, he will say yes, he's the captain. He's the current captain right now. You know, you can't make any change until the start of the season, and the season hasn't started. Let the man know exactly what's going on, like exactly what Flawless says. He needs to know who's the leak in the dressing room, just to get to see if they can trust that person or not. Do you get me? Yes. Who's the class clown? He needs to know all of these things. Absolutely. Like, you get me? He needs to get his foot in. Like, he needs to understand the surrounding where he is. And I understand it will take some time. And probably towards maybe the start of the season, that first game, which I believe is supposed to be Brighton. Yeah, then you maybe get clarity on who will be the Manchester United captain. Or he might just try Maguire for the whole season and say, you know what, Bunny, next season we'll get a real captain in it. Or I've already got the captain, make the changes. So you just never know, man. I urge every Manchester United fan to not go crazy over this. And like I said, so be it if Maguire is captain for the rest of the season. I know he hasn't been great, but then again, we know our manager is known for improving players. Like, man can turn water into wine. So like, you get me? From turning someone like Sebastian Halal, a West Ham reject that no one rated, to an extraordinaire that scores goals in Europe and all that kind of stuff, to get that move to a Borussia Dortmund. That's under the work of Erik ten Hag. Tadic, who was assisting at Southampton as well, who went to Ajax and then doubled his assists. That's down to Ten Hag as well. So Ten Hag can probably see something. And we know that Harry Maguire, yes, he's slow. He's bad on reacting. He steps out of line as well defensively. He's slow in mobility as well. His reaction's really bad. His passing ain't that great. He's not good in the air. But these are all coaching issues as well, and also player issues that you can work on. So I believe with someone like Erik ten Hag, maybe he can get the best. And if he doesn't, then get rid of him. We know he's shit. Because we know a lot of our players are shit because they've been badly coached. So let's see what happens when we get a proper coach to coach them, to see whether they truly are shit.
Facts. You spitting right now. You absolutely spitting right now, like without doubt, fam. 110%. But like I said, Harrison, if you want honesty from your manager,
Never
yo, man, you ain't getting that, man. You
Your
know the
own
amount of things
manager
that
snake you.
facts, you know the amount of things, Fergie lied about. Like said wild stuff, like, and he's the GOAT. Go back and look at Fergie's press conferences, people, and interviews like post-match, pre-match, and some of the shit that he said. You know what I'm saying? Like when someone kicked the ball at Van Persie and he was like, oh, he could have killed him. Go check. I think it was Swansea people. Like, go check it out. Go check. I'm being deadly serious. Zay says, I thought Ragnick had an in-depth talk. I think that, in-depth conversation with him about the players. That could be true, but you still have to find out for yourself, because what we have to understand is what Ralph might like in a player, Ten Hag doesn't like in a player, and what Ralph doesn't like in a player, Ten Hag might like in a player. Everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? If me and Ivorian are both playing FIFA or Football Manager, he's going to want to set up a certain way. I'm going to want to set up a certain way. My formation may be 4-3-3. Ivorian might want to play with a back three. Therefore, we're going to want different players in different positions with different attributes. So a player could be great for me, and Ivorian looks at him and goes, nah, he's the first on the transfer list, and vice versa. Like I said, he's got to figure out people. Like, I don't know what people expected in regards to, did they expect Ten Hag to land and him to just know everything instantly and that? Like, no, it was never going to be that way. He has to assess the squad. And the only way to assess the squad properly, shout out the ice cream van, is on the battlefield. How do you know if they're a soldier until you see him in war? We don't know. Man can talk a good game and everyone can train and all that. How do you know what it's like when the lights are on? Even in the content creator space, a content creator can tell you, I'm the best, I'll talk, I'm funny. And when we click that live button, they may freeze. Who knows? Like, this is what's it like? These are the things that we don't know. And this is what Ten Hag doesn't know. Like, we have an idea, but we know, but Ten Hag doesn't know. So I'll give him a chance. And again, Theo makes a great point. Just because Maguire has the captaincy, doesn't means two things. One, it doesn't mean he can't be stripped of that captaincy. Number two, also doesn't mean he can't be dropped from the team. We've seen this happen. People act like because he's got the captaincy, he's going to keep it forever and he's going to play every game. You can still get dropped. Ralph dropped him. What are we
Exactly.
talking about? Ten Hag could drop him. And that's where I then will be more critical if Maguire's playing and not playing well and doesn't get dropped. That's when I'll be like, nah, that's wrong. And that's not just on Maguire, that's every player. I've said there's too much complacency. Way too much complacency. Way too much complacency. Absolutely. And someone made a point and I wanted to get to as well. Let me see. Where is it? There was a point I wanted to get to. Hold up. Where are we at? Big up Eddie, my guy Eddie in the cut as well. And go easy. This is a way to look at it. Our club has much bigger issues than the captaincy. I'm not bothered much by the quotes. Yeah, you know why? Because you're sensible and logical. I'm more bothered about what we're doing on the football pitch. How are we doing on the field? That's what I want to know. Like, that's what it is. And Eddie says, chat mafia, get them likes up. I'll put a transfer request for Nunes to United. Hey, you lot get the likes up and make sure you share this across all the socials as well. Where is it? Pyramid Scheme says, big up the ManDem. He also says, Maguire is one of the worst performers in our squad, our captain, our leader. How does he lead on the pitch when he's behind all the F-ups? He is one of our worst performers, but he is our captain. And I've said this before, I think people put too much emphasis on the captain. If you have leadership qualities, having the armband isn't going to make you any more of a leader. If you have leadership qualities, you're still going to showcase them leadership qualities. If you're a captain, you're a captain, with or without the armband. Like Roy Keane was a captain without the armband. Gary Neville was a captain. We'll speak on Gary Neville. Shout out to Johnny as well, getting a response from Gary Neville on Twitter. Gary Neville was a captain before he had the armband. Yap Stam, Giggs, Scholes, like all the senior players, like Bruce, like the list at Dennis Irwin, the list can go on and on and on. You don't need the armband to be like, yes, I'm gonna showcase my my leadership skills and leadership qualities. No, you're gonna do it anyway. You're gonna do it anyway. Like, that's how I feel like people put way too much. You know what I'm saying? Theo saying basically Maguire is our captain on paper. De Gea, Ericsson, De Jong, and Bruno will all wear the armband throughout the season. It's a possibility because I can see Maguire getting dropped.
But like I said before, that just like Flores just said, it doesn't matter who's captain on the pitch. The old school Man United players told you it doesn't matter because there's probably about 5 or 6 captains, 5 or 6 leaders on the pitch, edging each other on, and that's what it's all about. To have, I always said this as well. To go far and have the best teams, it's all about people's mentalities. If you have 5 leaders in various departments of the team, your team will function well because each leader will motivate other leaders as well within the team. And that's where you see the best of the best do really well. And Manchester United, when they had the best of the best, as Flawless just said there, let's say, for example, the 2008 Champions League winning team, Evra's captain material, he's a leader himself. Rio Ferdinand is their captain himself. And Nemanja Vidic was a club captain as well. Who else in that midfield? Michael Carrick, who ended up being captain as well. Wayne Rooney's also a leader as well, a captain material player. All born winners that will edge each other on to get the best out of each other. And that's what the best players do, or the best teams do, that win the best of the best trophies, like the trebles and etc. It's better. A winning team always has at least 2 or 3, 4 guys who can lead, you know. Not just having the captain armband means nothing. The captain armband means nothing. Even for Manchester United right now, the captain armband on the pitch means nothing because a lot of people say, yeah, Maguire's got the captain band, but Bruno's the captain, in my eye.
You spitting right now, fam. You spitting right now. Like, and that's what it is. That's why people put, like I said, people put way too much emphasis in regards to it. Way too much emphasis. Again, someone put a good point and I wanted to rebuttal and I can't find it. It's really annoying me, but it is what it is. We move. I'm sure they'll say it again. MB says Maguire can't improve. He's slow physically and mentally. I don't think he can improve, but I think you can put a system around him that can help him improve and cover up his deficiencies. I believe so. I expect to see a better him. That doesn't mean I think he's good enough, but I don't think he'll be this bad this season.
And you know, one thing I have to say is that I don't want to be. I'm not want to sound like some kind of Maguire fan because I really ain't. You know, people need to understand the reason why you've seen the worst of Maguire is because our midfield is exposed, which exposes him. We don't have a midfield; it's a polo, so he's really exposed all the time. So you're going to see the worst of him. You know, imagine if we actually get proper midfielders, you'll probably see less deficiencies from Maguire, just like all of our players as well, because you see it all. We're not seeing the best of our players; we're seeing the worst of our players all the time in key games. You'll never know. Anyway, this season we shall see. But I'm not out here praising Maguire. I ain't Sky Sports.
Well,
I'm not out here trying to give him good PR. I'm giving you guys real PR with Maguire. Let's just see the system whether the system benefits him, whether the midfielders that come in protect him, because as well, he doesn't need another defender to protect him. He probably needs a midfield to protect his deficiencies. So we shall see with Maguire. We really should, Flawless. So we'll see next season.
Yeah, and we'll see. And somebody said as well in regards to that, I can't find a comment, so please, that he was like, oh, Ten Hag didn't strip him because he knew the English media would be on his case. I don't think Ten Hag cares. And the English media are going to be on his case anyway.
Mm-hmm. They already are.
They already are. Like, they've already tried to. The fans, some of the United fans are already on his case. He can't win. He's on an unwinnable. He hasn't even took one competitive game, and people are already saying he's not good enough. He's a puppet, and already saying what's dictating his decisions. Just because he's made a decision you don't like, so because he's not took the captaincy of Maguire, that's because of the English media. No, say genuinely he believes currently right now that Maguire is the best captain. I disagree with that. But I don't think there's a standout. But this is my point when I talk the overreaction. Ten Hag is going to continue to make decisions that you don't like, that I don't like, that Ivorian doesn't like. And I've accepted this. It's all about results. That's it. We played one friendly, which we won, by the way. But had we lost, people would be like, oh, see, this is why he's not good enough. People are already on this man's case. From a press conference, I don't like what he's saying. No, you're not in a relationship with the guy. It's results. Fuck the method. Who cares? Forget the method. Does it get results? Because like I keep saying, just because Maguire's captain doesn't mean he starts. It doesn't mean he can't get stripped to the captaincy. It doesn't mean he can't be dropped. Like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, one done says, Maguire can't play this high energy level Flawless, plus Shaw gets injured easy too. I don't know where the Shaw thing came from. That was random. But I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you. Like, we know Maguire can't play the high energy football. So guess what? Once Ten Hag figures that out and realizes that, he'll probably get dropped. You know what I'm saying? And nobody here is saying, and Jay Bruce saying this, a lot of his mistakes were avoidable. Pulling Shaw down and own goals had nothing to do with the midfield. Ivorian wasn't saying that Maguire, we all know Maguire's not good enough.
Yeah, exactly so.
Nobody rates Maguire. So why are we so man have called him the worst player at the club. So why are we critical when the worst player at the club makes bad decisions? His skill set isn't it. Is his mentality wrong? Yes. But my point is, this overreaction is crazy. Like I said, I think some of you lot just like to be upset.
Even Flawless, you look at the example, people overreacting with Ten Hag. Look at the 5 rules that Ten Hag made and the way it's going around the whole media. The guy can't even win. What you the funny thing is that with the 5 commandments at Manchester United, people will say, "Oh, Manchester United needs someone that's a disciplinarian that can come and grab these guys by the throat." Oh, we go and hire a disciplinary that will grab these guys by the throat and set some rules. And everyone's having the moan out here like, you can't do that. You can't tell people not to have their own personal shares. You know, what you mean if you come late, attend training, now you can't treat that players like this? What kind of nonsense is this? Everything that Ten Hag put there, I agree with it. Mm-hmm. If you can't make the training by 9 o'clock under extenuating circumstances, you will be punished. You know,
facts.
All affairs comes to him. Don't tell me to go and speak to your agent. In fact, I don't want to speak to your agent. You come and speak to me first before you go and tell your agent X, Y, and Z. That's normal. That is normal. All those 5 commands, no. But no, Man United do something, it's wrong. Man United wants to sign Christian Eriksen as a squad player. Oh no, it's wrong. You know, but Man United needs squad depth. That's what they'll tell you. Manchester United's side is weak, but they need squad depth. But we go and do that. Oh, it's wrong.
Yeah. That's it. Like I said, people just want to complain. I want Ten Hag to do exactly what they want him to do. And it don't work like that. He manages for him. I trust him over any of you lot. I'm sorry. I trust him over any fan. I trust him over me. Mm-hmm. If I disagree with certain, I'm like, you know what? Eric, you got that. You know what I'm saying? Your time, you know, you're more knowledgeable than me. I'm saying you are much more knowledgeable in this field than me. I trust you. Like I said, I'm going to disagree with things. I don't like that Maguire's kept the captaincy. But I wasn't up in arms about it. Same way if Maguire's starting the first game of the season, I won't be up in arms, or McTominay is, or Shaw, or Bruno, or Ronaldo, or Rashford. because we don't like the majority of these players. Not don't like, we don't rate the majority of these players. But they're going to move. I mean, they're going to play. Literally. And then hopefully you hope and have faith that Ten Hag moves man on if they're not good enough and drop man if they're not good enough. And that's where the difference is this season. This is why I'm optimistic going into this season. Mr. Mad says, I think we played better without Ronaldo today. Do you think he will be able to give us off the ball movement if he stays? I'll answer this, no. No, you're right, Mr. Mad. You said I didn't even watch the game, but the fact that we played better without Ronaldo today isn't a shock to me. I keep saying this. Ronaldo is not a modern day number 9 anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ronaldo is not a modern day number 9 in 2022. He gives you goals and not much else. No successful team competing at the highest level does that anymore. Your thoughts, Ivorian?
I know I can't answer this question, bro, because at the end of the day, when we played Liverpool without Ronaldo, we lost 5-0. I mean, with Ronaldo, we lost 5-0, or 4-0, whichever one, we lost 5-0. Without Ronaldo, we was leading Liverpool 3-0 at half time. That's what I need to say. That should explain. That should actually give you my answer. It means Man United does do better without Ronaldo. Again, Ronaldo does give us the goals as well, but it's overall, in my opinion, I rather see Manchester United without Ronaldo, so to get the best, well-rounded striker to help aid the footballing philosophy that Ten Hag wants to play. Otherwise, you're working your way around Ronaldo, and look at Ronaldo right now. Ten Hag said, okay, I'll work with Ronaldo, let me build a plan or a philosophy that can make it work with Cristiano Ronaldo just doing tapping stuff, Let's play football that just ends up with Ronaldo tapping the ball in the back of the net. What does Ronaldo go and do? Jump ship. Now he has to go to plan B in the middle of pre-season.
Yeah.
So we might as well just move on.
Yeah.
We move,
Huh? It is. One Don says, flawless. I'm not worried about the captain thing. Ten Hag never said he's going to be the captain for the season, so people need to calm down. People just want to be up in arms. People want to call him a puppet. People want to call him a politician.
A yes man.
Yeah, a yes man to an extent. With the politician thing, he is, but all managers are. Because if they were openly honest and truthful, that would be detrimental to them getting results on the football pitch. I've said that. I'll say this again. Not every manager rates every single player they have, but they ain't gonna turn around and say, "Oh yeah, this player is awful. He's terrible. I wanted to sell him in the summer and get somebody else." Oh, this player don't listen to instructions. No, you gonna gas him up. I used it on the Q&A. I'm saying it's like you treat your football team. The managers treat their football teams how you treat your other half, how you treat your woman. You won't tell her she's the greatest thing. I'm saying if your woman puts on a little bit of weight and she goes, "Yeah, I've put on weight," you don't turn around and say, "Yeah, you put on weight. You need to get to the gym."
Isn't that not a political answer? Flawless, is that not a political answer? You mans that move gal every day. When you tell her that you're the one and everything, you're not going to tell her, babes, you're not the one in her ears when you're whispering sweet talks. You're going to tell you the best thing I've ever had. Is this the best sex you've ever had? Even though it's not the best sex you've ever had.
You say yes. Yes. You say yes. Oh, is this the best you've ever had? Yes. Am I the prettiest girl you've ever been with? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, of
you
course.
Get me? You're going to tell her she's the captain of this shit.
Yeah, facts.
She's the captain of this shit. Yeah. You are the Harry Maguire in my life.
Facts.
You get me?
You know what I'm saying in that? Facts. If she's like, "Can I wear the captain armband?" You say yes.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Are you the best girl I've ever been? Absolutely. Is this the best meal you've ever had? Absolutely. That's how you treat your football team. Now, do you try and improve on like the difference between obviously your football team and your girl is with as a manager, you do try and improve, but yeah, you're not gonna come out and publicly say that. Like privately, you can say what you want to say to them. That's where the criticism needs to land. So if players are not up to scratch, that's where Ten Hag needs to be criticizing, man. But constructive criticism in terms of trying to make them better as well. Like I need you to do this, these type of things. Yeah, because Mr. Myers, you're right here. How will you even sell the player if you say their shit? It's like people don't understand this. People will complain we can't get rid of Maguire and then complain that the manager's not calling him terrible. Who wants a terrible product? It's like trying to sell a car and then you're there, "Oh, this car's awful." You know what I'm saying? And that there's a hole in the roof. You know what I'm saying? And that it can't do long distances. One of the windows don't wind down. The window don't wind down. The door gets stuck from time to time. The boot's not the biggest. Yo, you got to sell the product. Like, I don't think people understand this. This is why I say, yes, they are very similar to politicians. Same way Ivorian said it. When it comes to your partner, your girlfriend, your wife, you play a politician. Of course you do. You know what I'm saying? And that you play. It's just the best meal. Oh, yeah, this meal slaps.
Exactly.
Even though it don't really slap like that. It's still gonna be like, yeah, it slaps. 100%. Fraud Teta says, do you believe in Myrtle madness? Ask me at the end of the window. Ask me at the end of the window and I'll tell you. Do you believe in Myrtle madness? What are you saying, Ivorian?
Yeah, again, ask me at the end of the window because right now I'm not too impressed with the one signing. Now that the preseason started, you would think that they'll at least get the second player in or the third player in by now. So we shall see. I've heard that these men have done some madness, gone to Barcelona looking to kidnap De Jong anytime they see him. Or probably, if you want, kidnap Laporta and hold him for ransom, bro, if you need to, bro, just to get the young deal out of the line. But that's what I'm hearing right now. So, yeah, man, we'll see at the end of the transfer window to believe in the madness. Because I can't believe the madness right now. It's premature.
And that's and that's it. Like, I'm just waiting to see how the film ends before I tell you if the film's good or not. Like, that's legit what it is. Big up to Saying Bowen from Jamaica, says big up Flawless, great win for us. It's the start. Love to see my Jamaicans in the building. Pyramid Scheme says the problem is we all know the only way Slabhead leaves is on a free is atrocious. That's if United don't want to take a hit. All he needs to do is have a half decent season and you can move him on. 100%. That's all that is. And let me get to some of these before we move on. Jay Brew, are you trying to say Bailly should be captain? I rate Bailly, but that's a terrible idea. A guy like that's a terrible idea. Not because of his ability, not because I don't even think he's a leader. It's because of his availability. He needs to get on the pitch. Like, how many games does this guy play? How many games has this guy ever started 5 games in a row for us? And you're talking about him being captain. I think you're trolling. Daredevil says, what about Varane? Do you think he can be a leader? The only issue with the Varane thing is he just got here. That's it. I would never give the captaincy to a player who's just got here and is finding his feet himself. And like the Bailly situation, he needs to get on the pitch. What are you saying about Varane as captain?
No, not at all. Because looking at his whole career overall at Real Madrid as well, he was never really the vocal captain as well. He wasn't the vocal player as well. He was always being the one that was the understudy to someone. So in that case, although he's very much experienced, I don't see it. If you watch the games, are you seeing Varane pointing fingers at people, tell them to go there, go there, go there, go there, commanding and organizing the defense? If you see that, then please let me know, because I haven't seen that because of his availability has lacked. So I don't see the captain in Rafael Varane. He's a leader in terms of, he could be a leader in terms of the trophies he's won, to help motivate the other guys to think that, yeah, Varane is next to me. I'm motivated. I feel like I can rest a bit or let my nerves go down because I've got like a World Cup winner and also 4 times Mr. Champions League winner next to me. That's the only way you can lead by example and motivate players. But in terms of him vocally, no. Not at all.
Like I said, it's more of an example, I would say. I would more so say as an example. You know what I'm saying? And that for Arteta, we're even answering that daft question. But hey, everyone who's locked in right now, get the likes up on the video, get the likes up, share across the socials, subscribe to the channel as well. I believe we have gone over 25 likes. So get us up to 30 likes, people. Get us up to 30 likes. Big up Eddie doing, you know what I'm saying, the Lord's work as always. Ivorian, where do you want to go to next?
We go into, of course, since we're talking about Harry Maguire, we go about the guy who spoke about Harry Maguire's treatment, Mr. G. Neville himself.
I went to the Gary Neville team.
Mr. G. Neville himself. I know you all know what's happened. You know, G. Neville went to. Can someone get the quotes out as well? Because G. Neville.
Yeah, someone in the comments. Yeah, someone in the
came to back Harry Maguire's for Ten Hag's decision to keep him as captain, and spoke about what, I don't know whether it was relating to bullying or something like that.
Yeah. He said, it was something along those lines, because there was the original tweet was stating that Maguire was remaining captain. Then he quote tweeted it and said good. And then obviously he received a whole lot of backlash. Let me see if he's deleted the tweets. Give me a sec.
I feel like he has, you know.
He probably has. Let's see if he deleted the tweets. And shout out to Johnny as well, innit? Because Johnny got a response from him, innit? Like, so shout out G Nev, man. Shout out Gary Neville. So he said, let's see.
I got it.
Oh,
so the same United fans fuming with me for applauding the decision to keep Maguire as captain seems to be without knowing criticizing the new manager for his decision. Maybe support Maguire and stop bullying him on here. The new manager obviously likes him. Can you imagine? You know, sometimes I always ask Gary Neville, please shut up, bro. Sometimes you just don't talk, bro, because
Man said,
talking
just shut up, bro.
gets you into some next trouble. Like, it really annoys me when Gary Neville talks about Manchester United, because ever since the whole Glazer thing and all that kind of stuff on Sky Sports, you've never backed anyone. You don't even back your own football players. You back some selected players based on whether you like them, because I know you've never ever backed a specific Manchester United. A couple of Manchester United players, you know, that are French and etc. You've never backed them. You've allowed your own people to diss you in front of them. How can your own boy let people diss you?
Yeah, he said, I think he did delete it. One sec. I'm on his Twitter now.
It's still there. It is visible. It's just like it's hard to find. If you go on his Twitter, you won't find it at all. But it's right there. I got the link.
Let me have a look here. Let's see.
All I've got to say is that Gary Neville's the type of guy that allows people to let's say you're his best friend. He'll let other men diss you.
So here it is. So this is the thing with Johnny. So, did Johnny do so? Ten Hag confirms Maguire will retain captaincy. Then he said, good. Johnny said something to him. He said, "Ooh, look at you," with the laughing emoji as well. Where's the bullying thing? That's what I want to get into, because that's the main thing.
I don't remember anyone bullying.
Yeah, here we go. So he said, the same United fans fuming with me for applauding the decision to keep Maguire as captain seem to be, without knowing, criticizing the new manager for his decision. Maybe support Maguire and stop bullying him on here. The new manager obviously likes him. So he said, the same United fans fuming with me for applauding the decision to keep Maguire as captain seem to be, without knowing, criticizing the new manager for his decision. Maybe support Maguire and stop bullying him on here. The new manager obviously likes him. What I'll say is, for that, if United fans are unhappy with you, like in terms of Gary Neville being unhappy with that decision, I understand that. How can you not? How can you look at Maguire's performances on the pitch, how he's acted off the pitch, and go, Manchester United fans have no right, and you don't understand where they're coming from and why they wouldn't want him to be captain? Secondly, I said this, you can criticize the new manager without being against him. I've not criticized him for it. I disagree, but I'm still backing the manager. But the biggest issue I have with this is maybe support him and stop bullying him. Why all of a sudden is it bullying? That's what I want to know. Why all of a sudden it's because a player you like is bullying? Now, should people be abusing Maguire in terms of non-footballing things? I'm against. But I'm talking about the people who criticize him for his footballing ability. Harry Maguire, the footballer, not Harry Maguire, the man. And Harry Maguire, the footballer, deserves all the criticism as a footballer he receives, because he's been nowhere near good enough. But you will sit on Sky Sports or Twitter on your platform, tell Pogba to fuck off when Mourinho got sacked.
Mm-hmm.
That's criticizing him. Do one. No, he said, yeah, fuck off. Do one. Like, is that not bullying? Is that not off the field? Is that not nothing to do with Pogba, the footballer? But yeah, you want to sit there and defend Maguire is bullying because it's Maguire. You can't pick and choose. Keep the same energy. Say this all the time, and he doesn't. And that's the biggest issue people have with Gary Neville, is that he doesn't keep the same energy. It can't be bullying when it's a player you like, but when it's a player you dislike, it's like, you help the criticism of Pogba. You help that along. You know what I'm saying? And that you fully helped that along with that tweet about Paul Pogba. But all of a sudden now, because it's Maguire, that's a problem. That's an issue. You know what I'm saying? And that.
And bullying is a strong word.
Yeah, strong word. Bullying.
Honestly speaking, with Gary Neville, to use that word bullying, because I was like, raw. I don't remember flushing Harry Maguire's head down the toilet. I don't remember telling Harry Maguire, "Where's my lunch money?" When did this take place? You get me? You get me? I didn't tend to do 20-star jumps right now. And what's in your pockets, empty out your pockets. I don't remember doing any of this stuff too. None of us did this. And they think. And the one thing he said that no one had a go at the manager. I'm sorry, we just started the show saying that people went crazy when they selected, when they heard that the manager selected Harry Maguire as captain, and they thought he'll be captain for next season. So that's where he's an hypocrite himself, and this is where he contradicts himself. Like, again, he said it before. The fact that he and his ManDem at Sky Sports led the agenda towards Paul Labile Pogba. You know, the treatment. He led that. He starred in it, you know. Like I said before, Gary Neville's the type of guy, if you're his best friend, just know that when he's with the other ManDem, yeah, he allows them to chat shit about you. That's what he did with Pogba. Your own player, your own Manchester United player. You didn't even say, no, Graham Souness. I can't have that, bro. I know he's a dickhead, but I can't have that. You know, you can at least I know I don't like him, but you're not gonna sit here and diss my football players, you know, from my club. You didn't even once back him, but you back this Harry Maguire guy. So
Well,
yeah, man, it's such a hypocrite. I sometimes I lose respect for Gary Neville every time he tweets, every time he speaks about Manchester United. The Michael Richard one situation is one of the moments I said, you know what, this guy, I can't respect him anymore, man. I cannot respect him. And then, of course, the video that he went on IGTV and said, "No, I'm not gonna go on TV and tell people to sack my friend." You know, he mentioned the word "my friend" when it came to regarding Ollie. So he cared about his friendship there.
Cared about his friendship. Huh? Yeah. He did. Mm-hmm. Cared about his friendship, and then that's where the issue lies. And people call you out on this because we see this. Mm-hmm. We see you tweet, we see you on TV on a weekly basis, and we see your energy switch up for whether it's someone you like and someone you don't like. We've seen it with Ollie. We've seen it now with Harry Maguire. Now all of a sudden it's bullying. When other players are being criticized, where is it? Where is his defense? You know what I'm saying, man, even let's throw Rashford. I don't see you defending Rashford.
Yeah, you called him a leaking tap.
Yeah, like I don't wait. You called him a what? What did he call him?
Do you not remember one time on Twitter he responded to it and he put the tap and he put leaks emoji. Do you not remember that?
Nah, I don't remember that. That's crazy.
No. That was time ago. It was time ago.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I did not know.
He quote tweeted one of Marcus Rashford and he put a tap there. I was like, raw. It's Marcus Rashford on the taps. No one could just figure out what he meant by that. But that's exactly what Gary Neville did. But Gary Neville's a scrub, man. Honestly speaking. Been one. I just don't know what's his problem no more.
Gary Neville's a scrub, man.
He's been one.
So that caught me off guard. And that's legit. And that's legit where it stems from. And that's legit. Like, it just shows, like, he continues to show his biases and his hypocrisy and his allegiances. Like I say, because it's defend Harry Maguire. Why? Why are we defending this guy? I don't get it. Or stop abusing him. How about Harry Maguire performs on the football pitch? How about we start there? Because where the criticism comes from and then turns into abuse again, which I don't agree with, is his poor performances. And then off the field, you have the cheek to be talking shit. Talking about his lack of self-awareness. Or Manchester United managers and the England manager picks me. So therefore, I must be good.
In fact, I have to say one thing about Gary Neville. Where was you when fans booed Paul Pogba at the stadium towards the end? And people say that we don't boo our own players. Where was you when that happened? You didn't come to my man's defense, but you came to Maguire's defense. So you just pick and choose who you defend. It is what it is.
Again, it's on who he likes. Mm-hmm. Not to say be consistent with your energy, because we see through it. Like, we're gonna see through it. So all this thing, hopefully Maguire turns it around in that. It's crazy. It's crazy. Zay said this is another reason why I want the armband taken off him, because fans like Neville won't hold Maguire accountable for past performances if he's still captain. What I would say about this is Neville's opinion don't matter. His opinion don't matter. Not in the slightest. His opinion does not matter whatsoever. Ivorian, I know you got a dip though, fam. So let them know where they can find you, all that good stuff. And like I said, we was late here. So if some news breaks tomorrow, or run another ManDem United tomorrow. Ivorian, man, anything you want to add before we let
First
you go?
of all, I do apologize for leaving you guys earlier. You know I like to be here, but other things
that's on me and that
as well.
That's
but yes, guys, you can always find me on Red United TV. What Just Days podcasts that I've done. And of course, tomorrow you'll see me on IGTV at 8 p.m. on Red United TV. And again, one more time, we reached a milestone, 10,000 followers on Instagram, on 10.3 right now. So you get me. We'll get to 20,000 one of these days. But again, big ups to everyone. And I shall see you next week, Tuesday. And again, like Flawless said, if there is something that comes up, and I'm praying something comes up tomorrow, you know, that's for Manchester United. We'll be back tomorrow. But till tomorrow or till next time, peace. Flawless, love us always.
Yo, Ivorian, I shout you, definitely. And people, the link for his channel is in the title. So whether you're watching live right now or watching this back, click the link. The show will continue to run and it takes you straight to his page. And you go subscribe to his channel and then you can find all of his socials as well. But if you're following me across all my socials, Twitter and Instagram, you'll find Red United TV and all of Ivorians as well. But love my brother every time, yeah? Big up, man.
And remember, guys, nearly 4K. So you just a few more subscribers.
Yeah, man, because we hit 4K and then it updated and then we dropped off. So now, but we're literally single digits away from 4K. So we're going to be there shortly, people. Right. Love to everyone. Hit the subscribe button. Yeah, man. Big up every time. Get the likes up as well, people. I'll continue to answer your questions. Do not worry about that. I'll be here since I was late. I'm here for like at least another half an hour, 40 minutes, 45 minutes. It doesn't matter about some of this fan base. Some of this fan base is influenced by these guys. Yes, but we don't matter like that. I've said this, myself included. I include myself in that, Zay, in regards to our opinions don't matter. You know whose opinions matter? Ten Hag. That's who, his coaching stuff. Do they get the results? That's all you, that's all me, Ivory, and everybody else in the chat who are Manchester United fans care about is getting the right results. Are we performing better? Is the football more are we getting more attacking football, more entertaining football? Is the results better? Are we climbing up at the table? Does it look like we're going to win the Europa League, the FA Cup, the League Cup? Are we challenging for top 4? All of these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of these things matter. That's why I'm saying, yeah, don't pay attention. Our fan base just want to be up in arms. They do. Continue to get your questions in as well. Zano says, big up to you. Frautera is not happy. He says, you lot got lucky with Ten Hag. We have to stick with it. How come you're so Arteta out? Talk to us, Frautera. One done says, flawless, did you watch the game today? No, I didn't. I didn't watch the match today, no. Because I'm not going to lie, preseason friendlies don't really move me like that. I really struggle to deal with, like, non-competitive football. And even though it's Liverpool and the players are going to put it in, long-term, pause, play, the strong pause, long-term, it don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's bragging rights for today. Tomorrow, the fact that we beat Liverpool 4-0 doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter whatsoever. It really doesn't. And when he says lucky, I might have read that wrong, innit? He might just mean like, it's good that you have him. He might just be praising. It might be that. Daredevil says, no, I don't want no scrubs. Scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. This guy's singing TLC, you know. Yeah, that's all it is. Maguire could turn it around. If Maguire performs well on a high level, he shuts up 99% of his critics. And we had Roy Keane on. Roy Keane was on Sky Sports saying, yeah, we're up here trying to do a little bit of PR for him. That tells you all you need to know. Why are they up there doing PR for him? Call it as you see it. You're Sky Sports as an outlet. You're not Harry Maguire PR as an outlet. Call it as you see it. The same way this is ManDem United. This is Sarcasm City. We don't run agendas on here. We don't run PR for people. Would I? Yes, but throw the bag at me. 100%. Anyone who's listening, if you want me to run PR for you, throw me the bag. And I will run PR. But for the time being right now, there's no PR. I just give my honest opinion, as does Ivorian on Tuesday, ManDem United, as does Eddie on Thursday, as do you lot in the chat. Like, well, the most of you lot, I would say. Some of you lot do run agendas, but for the most part, you don't. Let me see if there's any questions I missed or anything. Pyramid Scheme says, Gary Neville, Rio, Scholes, all tapped. Never meet your legends, never follow them on social media. I don't think all tapped. We just disagree on the footballing side of things. So with Gary Neville, Rio, and Scholes, we disagreed on the Ollie side of it, like the Ollie situation and the way they backed Ollie because that's their brethren, which is cool. But you put your friendship over the love of the club. Because if Ten Hag or any of our Mourinho or Van Gaal or Ralph had performed like Ollie over those number of years, they would have been heavily critical. We've seen them all criticize Ralph. Ten Hag say, not Ten Hag. Rio said something about Ralph shouldn't be airing dirty laundry. All of a sudden, Gary Neville was on Sky Sports analyzing the team again. So I've not heard you analyze the team properly in the longest of time. But that's because it's your brethren and that's cool. And again, this comes down to honesty. If they turned around and said, that's my friend, I find it very tough to be critical of him, we'd all go, you know what, that's fair enough, that's your boy. But then you shouldn't be doing Manchester United games. Or if you are, people know what they're getting. Now, I'll let you know, like, shout out to my guy Eddie, for those that don't know, West Coast on who be on the channel. He's an LA Lakers fan. He doesn't like the LA Clippers. So anything he says about the LA Clippers, you know, is coming from a place of hate. You know he's going to slander them. He's rarely going to praise them. And same with Colezilla, who's a LA Clippers fan. So he'll do the same with the Lakers. Like, at least they let you know. So when you're listening, you're like, all right, I know what I'm getting from this guy. You know what's about to happen. Oh, sweet. Big up Black Diamond as well in the cut, as always. No, I didn't watch the game today. No, I didn't watch the game. One done. I didn't. Scholes is tapped. Can't say he's tapped. It just is what it is. 8th back-to-back seasons. Emery knocked us out of Europa a year after Pep's son got the job. 250 million spent. and choke top 4 with it in our hands half the season. When in doubt, Arteta out. Fair enough. I hear you. We got a trophy after beating Liverpool today. It only took Ten Hag 1 game to win more than Ollie Shameless. What did he win? Real Zlatan. What was the trophy, I mean? Hargreaves and Robin Van Persie keep it 100 when it comes to United. That seems to be the way. And again, with your legends, you're not always going to agree with them. I disagreed with the majority of them that you mentioned when it came to the Ollie reign. And then eventually they were saying all the things we were saying. That's why I take it with a pinch of salt when they're talking, because we know what they're like. Continue to get your questions in, people. Continue to get your questions in. Because we started late, I will continue to run the show as long as you lot get your questions in as well. What have we not spoken? Oh, yeah. The De Jong deal. That's what I wanted to discuss. The De Jong deal. That's what I wanted to discuss. So when people are like, why is the deal taking so long? He doesn't want to be at Manchester United. We've got no pull. And reports came out stating that Barcelona owe him money. 14 million with 3 million in add-ons. That makes sense. Why that's slowing down the deal? And I kept stating this repeatedly. People were acting, some people in the chat who are probably not even here, because you know what it's like when people try and challenge me and they're wrong. They never say anything. People were acting like they were sat in a negotiation room. I've been speaking directly with Ten Hag and I've got him on the phone. Or when United and Barca were talking on the phone, they're on the line also. People acted like we didn't know. Like people were acting like they knew exactly what was going on. And I said this with the De Jong thing. De Jong, if the hold-up is De Jong not wanting to be at Manchester United, United should move on. If the hold-up is one, Barcelona and Manchester United trying to get the best deal, trying to get the best transfer fee, or in this instance, it's something on Barcelona's part because you know they've done bad business, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense as to why Manchester United are moving slow with this deal. Because it's actually, I stand corrected. United ain't even moving slow with this deal. This ain't on us. This is on them. They owe that man money. If someone owed me 17 million, I'm not dipping either. I've worked bullshit jobs before. If they owed me £5, I'm not leaving till I get that £5. Like I worked for that. Pay me what you owe me. And that's De Jong's lookout on it. And that's normal. Everyone in the chat, if you day job, night job, wherever you work, I guarantee if it's happened when your wages have been wrong, you go straight to whoever runs that department and go, yo, what's going on? Where's my £10? Where's my 50, my 100, 250, whatever the difference is? I've been there when my wage is wrong. And it's like, I'm clocking in and clocking out. How is my wage wrong? Pay me my money. And we're talking at most what? I just mentioned £50. This is 14 million people. 14 million that you owe me. So yeah, they're slowing it down. If United, and people are saying, oh, United may have to opt and pay some of it to get the deal done. Hey, it pays the cost of doing business. Word to Riley Freeman and that. If that's the case, pay it. Because we know Barcelona have done bad business. How they're signing players still, I don't know. I'm still lost as to what they're doing. I still don't know how they're figuring all of that, doing deals. I still don't know. Big up, Stat Jinder says, big up. Biggest thing I take away from today is players working like they're supposed to, and Ten Hag is no fool. If you don't do what he says, he will not play you. And that's how it has to be. That's how it has to be. Black Diamond, I didn't watch the game, so I'm not sure. Zay saying, I was impressed with Zidane Iqbal in the match today. Look good. That's good then. It was some random trophy, kind of like the Audi Cup. We're starving, to be honest, so every little helps. Fair enough. Flawless, you have to watch the game. Iqbal and Savage were cold. I'll have to catch the highlights. I will do. Daredevil says, the De Jong and Martinez deal could happen soon. Hope for the best. Yeah, that's another one. We've been linked heavily with Martinez, saying that we're going to make another bid. Why I'm positive and confident on that deal is because it seems from reports Martinez wants to move. So if Martinez wants to move, that helps United in the negotiation and gives us more leverage. Gives us much more leverage. Real Zlatan says, teams get mad cheeky when United are involved. Even Ajax are trying to play hardball in negotiations. Facts. People do, because they know, one, we need the players, and two, we have the bag. So they're like, nah, pay up. And this is where Manchester United need to be clever in the market and say, no, we're not paying you 10 extra million or 15 or 20 or 30. This is where we value the player. Let's negotiate this and sort this out. And if we get De Jong for 60, 70 million, to me, that's a great deal. Considering it was rumored that they were looking at 100 million, 90 million. So if we lower that down and the rest of that money went to Malacia, that's good business. Eriksen on a free, good business. The money we save on De Jong could go to the Martinez deal. Also good business. We don't know what's going on with Anthony. That's 5 players. You got Malacia, you got Martinez, you got De Jong, you got Eriksson, you got Anthony. Obviously, they're the 5 players we linked with. We just signed 1. But if we get those 5, it's a great start. It's a fantastic start. That's literally 5 of his players you can throw right in the first team. Now half the first team is him. And then the following summer, if he goes, gets 4 or 5 players, that's Ten Hag's team. Then the following season, you go get 4 or 5 players. Not only is it his first team, it's also his bench. And then we can really, really rate him. We'll really see. Zay says if De Jong stays at Barca after how they've treated him, then he really loves the club or doesn't rate us. I think it's a love for the club. Well, he wants his money. I can't even say that, Zay. He wants 14 million. Let somebody owe you 14 million, Zay. Nobody's just, let that slide. Very few people, I should say. You have to be an extremely strong individual to have somebody owe you 14 million and you just walk away from. Bear in mind, it's 14 million with 3 million add-ons, so it's 17 million. I'm saying, like, I'm not like I say, my workplace can owe me £17. I'll be like, yo, pay me my £17. I work for that. Don't shortchange me. Don't do that. Don't do that. Big up Elias as well. Big up Abs. I call you Abs. Says, what's good, G? Big up to you. Like the stream, guys. Support your quality channel. You continue to get brilliant content on a consistent basis. Big up, man. Let's get the likes up, man. There's just under 50 of you lot in here. Let's bump them likes up. I'm here, people, because we're late. Because I was late and it's on me, and that's why Ivorian had to cut. Man's trying to make it up to you lot now. So I'm here. ManDem United, it's rare I do these solos these days, so I'm here. Reals Latin says, in the game, United pressed very well from the front and had a good team shape in the first half. The ball work, though, needs a lot, and I mean a lot of work to get to Ten Hag's level. All right, that makes sense. Makes sense. We controlled the game very well. At times, we were shaky. Obviously, McTominay and Rashford did do really well. It seems we played well, and the fan base is happy, which is a positive. That's a start. It's a positive. That's a strong positive. Barca want us to pay it for them, these bastards, says Black Diamond. Yeah, it sounds like a Barcelona move. I'm not going to lie. Sounds like a Barcelona move. Them wanting us to pay for De Jong. But what we need to do is just play hardball and sit tight. We've agreed a transfer fee, apparently. With the terms we're negotiating or agreed with De Jong, apparently. So now it's on Barcelona. That's on them. They messed up. And like I keep saying, we know Barcelona have done bad business. We know that for a fact. They do bad business. This is Barcelona. Yo, Eddie, if you're about, let me know and I'll send you the link, fam. I got to that already. Zay says, nah, he wants his money, but the way they're trying to get away without giving him his money seems disrespectful. I wonder if he'll stay after he gets paid. I hear that. It is disrespectful. It's very like, yo, pay me my money. Like I'm an employee of your company. I signed the contract. This is what you owe me. Pay me. I hope you don't have to take him to court and all that and they just pay him the money because they signed the players. So the money's there. Swear, did they not make a 65 million bid or 60 million pound bid for Rafinha? Pay that man his money, man. How dare you? That's like your employee not paying you and then they're hiring new people. No. Don't hire new people. Pay me. Pay me. How the youngsters more engaged than McTominay? Because Eddie, we know McTominay is not good enough. That's why. We know McTominay is not good enough. Maguire out, says dash. Yeah, we're all with that. Hey, get the likes up. There's 50 of you lot. Get the likes up and share this across all the socials. And big up to everyone who listens via the audio platforms as well. Big up to you lot. Zanos says these men are longing it out. Who, Barcelona or Manchester United? Who's longing it out? Us or Barcelona? Well, yeah, back to what I was saying about... Yeah, I got you, Eddie. Back to what I was saying about De Jong was... people need to stop acting like they know what's what. I'll give my opinion on deals and negotiations and tell you what I think's happening. When people tell you like they know, like when Manchester United play, I can tell you, all right, this player is not good enough, or this player is good enough. This player played well because I'm seeing it. People ain't there. We just guessing. Zana says, United lad, you can just move on. That's on United to do. If United choose to not move on, I'm with it. That's on United. Why move on if they can sign the player? So it is, yeah, Eddie, I'm gonna hit you with the link now, fam. See people, man. I always try and make it up to you lot, man. And I know Eddie will have a lot to say on this as well. I already know. Bear with me, people. It's funny, some report said Barca were going to pay him $3 million and take a pay cut. Yeah, that's outrageous. That's outrageous. Sana says we can just go and get Lingard back and give him the amount he wanted. No, do not go and get Lingard back. And I'm a fan of Lingard, but we move on. We move forward. Adil says, where's JV nowadays? JV's good. I seen him a couple weeks ago. I'm going to try and get him back on here. I'm going to try getting back on from a Third Eye View as well, but I'll let him know that people have been asking for him. But yeah, man, JV's blessed. You can hit him up on Instagram. He's just handling family business. That's all, but he's good. That's my brother for life. We started this show together. So that's my bro. Real Zlatan says the midfield is short of bodies. We only have 4 senior players in Bruno, Donny, Fred, and McDonald's. When the midfield cogs are there, Eriksen and De Jong things should improve drastically. I agree with you, Real Zlatan. I said this when people were against the Eriksen deal. And I was like, forget whether you rate Eriksen or not in terms of quality, even though if we signed him today, he'd be our best midfielder. The quantity's lacking. We got 4 senior midfielders. And to me, 3 out of those 4 are not good enough to be starters. I don't think Bruno is. I don't think Fred is. I don't think McTominay is. So we are lacking not only in quality, we're also lacking in quantity. So I think even if Eriksen and De Jong were signed, we still need another midfielder. Because if he's going to play 3, you want, ideally, minimum you want 6. Minimum you want 6, which we would have. But then 1 injury, 1 suspension, and then you could be down to the bare bones. So you want 7. Now you can throw a youngster in, yeah, but I would prefer a more defensive-minded 6. However, it goes back to what I was saying before. It seems Ten Hag doesn't want a 6, or a defensive 6, should I say. He's got McTominay who can play 6, Fred can play 6, Donny can play 6, and De Jong, if we sign him, can play 6. So that's 4 of them that are all capable. And he seems happy with his options. He does. Zay says, even though they have money, I don't think Laporta wants to pay him because De Jong was a is that Bartholomew signing, which explains his mad weekly wage. Well, whether Laporta wants to pay him or not, he signed a contract. Pay that man his money. Simple as that. So this is why I was saying, man, people, Ten Hag's a puppet and nothing's changed and we're not going to sign anybody. We'll sign players. And I think we'll sign De Jong. When we sign De Jong, I don't know. But I'll go out as far and say, yeah, we'll sign him. But I just don't know when. It could be the last weekend. It could be the last week of the window. But I think we'll sign De Jong. And I think we'll get other players as well. Martinez seems close. Eriksen seems close. So that's 4 right there. And I did say minimum of 3. So if we get 5 or more, if we get 5 or 6, cool. I'm with it. And especially if Ronaldo goes, we'll sign a striker. Because we're not going to go into the season with 1 senior striker. It seems the Ronaldo thing's gone cold, though. Nothing's been said, surprisingly. And again, nobody came in for him, which is not a surprise either. Not surprised that nobody came in for Ronaldo. On the Martinez deal as well, I was saying this before, and we now have leverage according to reports because he's pushing for a move. He's a centre-back. He's better than what we have, and I've not even seen him, so I'm with it. That's now a new look left-hand side, potentially, of the defence. You got Malacia, left-back, Martinez, left-sided centre-back. Martinez knows Ten Hag's system, and he's left-footed, which gives the team a nice balance. Gives us a lovely balance as well, which you also like. So if you've got Malacia, Martinez, Varane, Dalot, De Gea in goal, I like that back four. Then in front of that, let's say it's De Jong, Fred, Donny. Let's just use those 3. I like that. Sancho one side, Rashford the other, Martial up front. That's a much better team than last season. It's a much better team. Again, is the levels to go? Yes, I'm not sitting here saying it's going to win the Premier League. It's going to challenge for the Premier League. It's a Champions League contending team. Absolutely not, but it's an improvement. That's a team that can contend. No, that's a team that can contest for top 4. That's a team that should win the Europa League. That's a team that can get to the last stages of the FA Cup. That's a team that can get to the last stages of the League Cup. Zay says, and yeah, Eddie, I sent you the link, my brother. I sent you the link. Do you think Ronaldo will end up staying due to no one going in for him? Yeah, I said this. I said this from early. Check out In the Mud. Shout out my guy, my bro Tox, man. That's my brother. The In the Mud Premier League show we do on the Twitch. And I said this. The reason why Ronaldo stays is because nobody comes in for him. Where does he go? The Chelsea links went cold. Linked with Napoli. He wants a team who are going to be in the Champions League. No team contesting for the Champions League is going to sign him at 37. No. Not good enough. Not good enough. You know what I'm saying in that? He's not. Real Madrid, no. City, no. Liverpool, no. Chelsea, no. Bayern Munich, who will move on Lewandowski. Oliver Kahn came out and rubbished it. Said, nah, we respect him, but he's not what we're looking for. They got linked with Harry Kane, who's a better fit for them. Better fit, 100%. Flawless, if you did watch the game today, you would see why Ten Hag wants the young bro. I don't even need to watch the game to know that we need De Jong. I know this. Our midfield's dreadful. You know what I'm saying? Stevie Wonder can see that we need him. Like, I don't need to watch today to know. I get your point, though. But yeah, I wouldn't need to watch today. Zay says, oh, I actually need to check that out. You and Tox are a lit duo. Yeah, man, that's my bro, man. That's who I started the channel with. Like, that's Cody, you get what I'm saying? And that, like, Tox family tree. So the way we are on stream when we're going back and forth and running jokes or bantering or disagreeing is how we talk off stream. So in the mud, I need to message him, actually. I'm going to try to get that running tomorrow. Well, yeah, like I said, people just need to just relax. Whether it's the Ten Hag press conferences, whether it's Harry Maguire being captain, whether it's certain players being here, whether it's certain players being sold, whether it's players not being here yet. Like, we'll get the deals done. We will get deals done. I continue to say this. No one expected us to sign a left back. No one expected a left back to be our first signing. And look what happened. I'm surprised by that. But I think that's really being slept on, how much an improvement Malassi is on. I think Ten Hag said a quote saying Malassi is a modern day fullback. Something Tellez isn't, and something Shaw's definitely not. And welcome to the show, man. You always get surprises, people, man. You lot always get surprises. This is how I tried to make it up for you lot because I was late, innit? West Coast brother Eddie in the building and that. What you saying, Eddie? You good?
Yeah, man. You know I'm good. Oh, man. I woke up to that little spanking, that little preseason spanking, you know, a little preseason spanking, man. It's all good with me, man. It's all good with me.
Love that, fam. But you know what? Yeah, we'll start. Because I obviously was going to talk to you about this on Thursday, but we will, because it's always great talking to you about Harry Maguire. So Ten Hag came out in the press conference and said that Ten Hag came out in the press conference and said Maguire will remain captain. I don't know all of these players yet. He's had some successes here. So your thoughts, talk to us.
See, I'm going to do what everybody else is doing. I'm just going to take it how I want to take it. You know, we're not going to listen to him. We're not going to listen.
Why I rate you, yeah? That's honesty. You see that, people? Eddie says right there and then, yo, I'm going to take it how I want to take it. You know what I'm saying? And then we know where, now, like, I know where it's coming from. You know what I'm saying? I know Eddie's thought process. Go on, carry on.
Yeah, no, it's like, bro, you a mind reader, huh? You people in the comments, y'all mind readers, huh? Professor X, you should have helped his ass in that Doctor Strange movie, huh? That should have been you, huh? I'm not even playing with y'all. I'm really not doing this with y'all. Not today. I had my day off from work. Got some good news. I'm not doing this with y'all today. But what I will say is this. Preseason hype. Hey, he ain't had that one moment yet where he look at Maguire, and everybody has it. Everybody has it with this dude. What the fuck was you thinking? He ain't had it yet. He ain't been around yet to really see it. He see it in training, but it's one thing when it's in that match, boy. When it's in that match, because see, I used to coach like basketball, right? Mm-hmm. And when I was into it, like if we're coaching a team that I know we need to beat, because I don't want to deal with none of this talk, because I might know the coach. Yeah. And one of my kids screws up. You full on grab him off the bench. You grab a little kid off the bench by his collar, you take his ass out. Go get him. That's what you do. That's what happened with Maguire. And now we got Bailly, brother. We waited. We used to pray for times like this, Bailly. We got a brother who believes in you, Bailly. Now, Bailly, don't go kill yourself next game. That's the only thing. Because Bailly gonna do something to put him in the ICU.
Yeah, please don't. No,
please don't. We need you. We get these flashes, and then you just do something strange. But focusing on Maguire, a bum gonna be a bum. It's only a matter of time till he gets caught. Like, I'm not tripping. I know Ten Hag gonna see something he does, and he gonna be like, "Nah, this ain't it, Chief. We gotta go. So we gotta go a new direction." Or he's a hell of a fucking coach, gets something out of him, and we move. There's only two avenues. He is not the coach. He is not the coach that brought in Harry Maguire. Do you know what that means? He has no problem getting rid of him.
True.
And the thing is, it's like what I talk about with Kai Havertz, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely shit. Absolutely horrendous, the majority of his Chelsea campaign. But do you know why he met his price tag? Because he scored in the Champions League final. Now, does that mean he's getting his contract extended? No. Does that mean he's not getting sold? No. But you got what you paid for. Maguire, that 80 mil timeline is running thin, my boy. We won't have to pay you for eternity. We paid Leicester. You have a contract with us. We can move you. That's all it comes down to me. Like, people, it's preseason. I know we're excited to see how Ten Hag even walks in 2 steps. But relax. It'll all come to y'all. It'll all come through. It'll all work out. Like, I love the way we played. I love the way we played.
Talk to us about it, fam. Don't worry, we'll get to the rest of the questions. Yeah. Talk to us about it, because I didn't watch the game. But I'm hearing good things.
It was crazy to see the amount of energy we had.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like, we were actually running with them. Now, I get, again, Liverpool, because they have the asthma pumps. So how much it was actually them and how much it was the pump, we'll never know. But we was running with them because we had a structure like we talked about. Like, everybody knew if I go here, somebody's going to have my back.
Mm-hmm.
So we moved without second guessing ourselves. That's what I was seeing.
Got you.
The way we moved without having to second guess ourselves was another thing that, like, in Martial FC.
I heard Martial was cooking. Martial was cooking.
FC. We again, shout out to Meek. We used to pray for times like this. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Be very careful how you speak on Anthony Martial. I said
we pray for times like that.
You used to pray for times like this. I'm telling you, brother. The chip.
Talk about it, fam.
I was seeing the Wish.com Tarzan run around with like a fucking headless chicken.
Are you talking about Darwin nonsense? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. Just the contrast. The contrast was beautiful. My boy missed an open net.
I did see that.
Tom fucking Heaton. You missed the open net against Tom fucking Heaton. Retired. Go back to Portugal and go to like League 2, bro. It's not gonna work out here.
Eddie, you was on his case before they even signed it, but now you got all the ammunition you need in regards to that as well.
I love it. He skied 2 of them.
Two. I only see one.
My dog Pyramid Scheme. We gonna speak on Pastor Fred with his chip.
Eddie's here with all of the what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? This guy got all of the spiel for everybody, man. Everybody.
Pastor Fred, my dog. Oh, he was out there looking like no, I'm not gonna get crazy. Yo,
Eddie here with plaudits for all the players in that, whether it's Bailly, whether it's Ten Hag, whether it's Martial, whether it's Pastor Fred. You know
Pastor Fred, big dog.
Talk about it, bro. Talk about it.
Hey, shout out to we gotta put this new comment. SJTO Spirits.
1 second, I'll drop it.
We won't win the league with Nunes because he makes Yada look techie.
Mad.
Yes.
Mad.
Yes.
Hear that laugh, yo. Hear that laugh.
I'm like Shawn Michaels and Triple H at the same time.
Hear that laugh, people. And there, Taza, I just dropped the link for the chat. I know you asked. Yeah, that's the membership link. I'm gonna try and pin it, but the link's there. So you were super impressed with pretty much everybody today, Eddie, from Bailly, Martial.
No. I was impressed. I wasn't impressed with Bruno. He was up to his own shenanigans.
Okay.
McTominay actually it was apparent. It was beautiful. Shout out to Ten Hag actually having us play football because you can see who can play football.
Yeah.
It was glaring how when McTominay got the ball, what he would do with it, and when somebody like fucking Charlie Savage got the ball, what he would do with it, bro. And then Iqbal, hey man, Iqbal, we might have got one with him.
You reckon he's that good?
He's solid.
He's that good.
He's solid. He could be a squad player at least. Better than Alanga. Alanga back to his old tricks. Jaden, of course, Jaden playing off the right, off the left.
Just on smoke.
How do you want it? Tupac sentence. Just beautiful. Varane was like, yeah, those guys were cool. Listen.
Big up Timo. Yeah, that's crazy from Timo. But it just let me know he's been a member of the channel for 15 months. Big up to my guy Timo.
Shout out Timo.
You know what I'm saying? Big up Timo. Mertaza said, yo, guys, I just got in. Hope you're both well. Hope you're good, Mertaza. Says, guys, did you see Iqbal? He's from my home country in Pakistan. Fucking baller. I'm gassed in it. Like to see the Asian
Pakistanis worldwide.
100%, man. To see the Asian community and all the Pakistanis getting behind one of their own. I love to see that. And I hope he's cold. I love to see that.
He will be. He will be.
I hope so. Because let a Caribbean footballer play for Manchester United. We coming out in droves. You know what I'm saying? Or let a Kenyan land at Manchester United and that. Like, yo,
let me tell you
something.
If the Kenyan land, we talking real ritual season. Dog. I'm out front of the stadium with the bones and all of that. Yeah. We put in the juju on all you for my man. Listen. Oh, it's different though. It's different, yeah.
What formation did we play? Because man says Tellez was crazy good today at center back.
Yeah, Tellez was center back, and
what in a four?
I want to say it was 4-2-3-1 because he started out with McFred, but then he went away from that real quick, and then it was Martial up top. Yeah. It was Rashford off the left, Sancho off the right, Bruno in the middle. Kind of like what we expected for his first go around. Like again, he's forming the team. I think for what it looked like for me was just a all good, Dundada. You still my dog. You still my OG.
Diamond.
Yeah, it just looked like it was a feeling out process, right? You know, like when people talked about what's it? His thoughts on Maguire. If you look at what he's talking about with Maguire, it's an objective fact that he was the captain. That's all he said. He said he was the captain. He's had some success. He didn't say anything out of the ordinary. He said all cookie cutter type shit that you always say. You know? So it was a good showing from. Hey, if you look in the comments, like they're speaking on it. Savage, Iqbal, Donnie controlled the midfield for us.
Who was that? Savage, Iqbal, and Donnie.
Yeah, so Donnie was dope. Donnie did exactly what I thought he was gonna be. He was just efficient and economical. And what I mean by that is it's like you don't help the other team beat us. And then you put us in positions that further our efforts. Like he didn't do anything special, of course, but he was always making the right play, and the touch was just always on point. The ball never got too far from him, always on point. Yeah, and just to finish up with the youngsters, Diallo, Iqbal, Savage. Savage a bit on the lower end, but Iqbal and Diallo I have a high amount of faith in.
Yeah. Also, Diallo played. I didn't even know Diallo.
Yeah, Diallo played in that false nine. He had an assist. Bailly. I got to talk about my boy Bailly. Oh,
talk about it, bro. Get off your chest. Talk about
it. Bailly was on smoke. On our fourth goal, he initiated the counterattack, carrying the ball from our box to damn near the midway line. Plays the pass through to Palestri, excuse me. Palestri finds Diallo for the 1-2 and they get a goal. Yeah, man.
It is because Metaza says here, flawless Klopp deployed Keita, Fabinho, and Thiago against Iqbal, Savage, and Donny for the last half an hour, and Iqbal absolutely busted. Crazy player. I praise him.
He better than Keita. We gonna put the Liverpool agenda here. He better than Keita. You know how Liverpool does it. They see the player one time, he's the best in the league.
Yeah. It is. Dominic here is saying Savage can take McTominay's job now. Diallo can have Rashford's job. Send Alanga and Palestri out alone. I've said this already that Diallo should be involved in the team, 100%. He should be back up to whoever that right winger is. Savage, yeah, I'd rather see him than McTominay, even though I've not seen him play often. I think I've seen him play once last season, I think all it was. Pyramid Scheme says Donny made the right decision 9 times out of 10. That's Donny for you, though. Donny does that. Bath Krypton again with the Iqbal praise. He says, yeah, Iqbal was wavy, flawless. Can't lie, he has some X factor. Let's go. Yeah. And False Lizzy says Donny can get fitter and better, I reckon, all in due time. I hope Donny plays week in, week out. Because I rate Donny.
I think if 10, especially if we get De Jong, which it looks like it's about to happen, he's found his midfield for a while. Like I can assure you, he's gonna take what I said.
Go on.
He's removing a lot of the important decision making in the middle of the pitch.
Yeah.
He's removing that from Bruno.
Okay. And letting others dictate.
Bruno can dictate what happens in the final third with his wayward passes. All that is fine. Shout out Murtaza, you're hilarious.
Man said Bailly didn't play Eddie. That was prime Maldini. Yo, the United propaganda started, you know. You know what I'm saying? And that.
That's why he's my dog, though. We on the same wavelength. Bro, he was really saucing. He had a step over. He lost Keita.
Oh, did he bust a step over? Where was the step over, though? Was it in the United box? Where was the step over?
No, it was midfield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was saucy.
Yes, Bath Krypton. I did see Nunez's open goal miss. Yes, I did see one of him. I think Eddie said there was more than one, but I see one of them. I think when Salah had the shot when he cut in on his left foot.
Yeah,
I did see that.
You were watching a totally different game, bro. DVB was anonymous from the time he came on till the game end. I said he didn't do much to put himself out there. He just did enough to not screw up. So we're saying the same thing, just differently, bro. He didn't have any. You're not going to see highlights from Donny.
True that.
That's not what he's there for. He was there to just kind of protect the ball, keep it matriculating. Because, again, we're playing against the Liverpool side who no Mane. We tried to tell him.
Talk about it, fam. You on Liverpool's case. Talk about it.
Mane was everything to them. Because I think Mane was the central threat who kept everybody's attention at bay. Mm-hmm. So when you have those runs from Salah and whoever else is off the wing, you can't necessarily commit because you're worried about Mane coming in behind you. Salah, you know what it is with me and Scuba Steve. Like, the touch is dead. He gets goals, but if he doesn't get goals, like, he's not really doing anything else. And again, people, Van der Beek, he did not play terribly. He didn't play great. He wasn't good. Terrible.
He was decent.
He just
kept the ball ticking over, is what I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's it.
The ball kept him moving, and wasn't an enemy of progress.
And again, you're passing. Palestri needs to go out on loan. Alanga need to go out on loan. Like those two, I have to see it first before I establish my faith in them as players.
Fair enough. With Alanga, what I would say is, if he's utilized as a squad player, I don't mind him staying. Like, he should be third choice. If it was, say, the right wing, say the left wing is Sancho Rashford, say the right wing is new signing Diallo, and Alanga's backing up that quartet, I'm cool with that. Like my problem is when he started, because we seen him last season. Like he was like a glimmering light in what was a very, very dark season. He's a like, in terms of just doing one thing he will do is he'll follow Ten Hag's instructions down to a T. And I think that's why managers will pick young players, because young players ain't gonna doubt you and tell you no. And we've seen it. This is why people forget, like that game away at Atletico Madrid. Yeah, he scored the goal, but that's just him that's just him being a willing runner.
Yeah.
That's just him. And Eddie calls them tryhards. But when you lack skill, you need to have that.
You need. Here's the thing with me and tryhards, right?
Go on.
You see how I talk about Draymond Green?
Yeah.
That's a tryhard. You can have tryhards, but they can't make up the composition of your team. Right? You can afford to have one or two tryouts at the most on the court or out on the field of play.
Right.
Loser pool has about 9 to 10 tryhards on the pitch every time. That's why when they see a Real Madrid or a City, they're never good enough. Because that technical level will always be the difference between the ballers and the tryhards.
Absolutely. And the thing is with that, is like, do I think Eddie is slightly critical of Draymond Green? Yeah, because there is skill there. But I understand the overall point. And like people talking about, again, I said Alanga, squad player. Like man is saying, go on.
Alanga don't get no tryhard treatment.
No,
he's just not good enough, bro. He's
not good enough. But my point is, I'm saying for right now. I'm not saying Alanga 2-3 years down the line. I'm saying right now, as a 5th choice option, I am cool with Alanga. I've said this. Should he be the
other youngsters first?
Should he be the? No, my point is, should he be the first off the bench? This is why I said, let's say left-hand side is Sancho and Rashford. Let's say right-hand side is News. Let's say it's Anthony and Diallo. He shouldn't be in that quartet. He should be after those. Am I saying Alanga is good enough? No, people. What I'm saying is right now, within this season, when we are struggling to sign a right winger anyway, this is why we haven't signed Anthony. Ten Hag does want a player to play out there. Man is saying Palestri's not good enough. We've seen Alanga have, what's the word I'm looking for? Just be effective at times. I'm not saying he's it. I'm just saying as a squad player, because you know what? Most squad players are not Manchester United quality. That's why they're squad players. There's a reason that exists. If you're a squad player, chances are you're not even chances are. If you're a squad player, you're not good enough to play week in, week out. Because man is saying no flawless, Alangbeck 8-8, he's Rashford's Brandon Williams. Here's the thing with Welbeck. Welbeck was that when he was at Manchester United. He was a squad player. And he was a part of successful seasons. People act like, I don't know if it's Manchester City, where you have 25 world-class players. That don't exist. Not every player at Liverpool is world-class or top class. You have squad players. I'm not saying Alanga's the answer. I'm saying as of right now, I look at Alanga and go, yeah, give him a place in the squad as a squad player. Now, if he's starting week in, week out, that's a problem. But there's many players I look at that. I put Lindelof in that bracket. Lindelof shouldn't be starting week in, week out. If Lindelof was a squad player, I go, you know what? Cool, fair enough. And someone said he was good today. I didn't watch the game, so I don't know. But that's my entire point. And big up to Mertaza as well for becoming a member. Appreciate it.
Always appreciate you, big dog.
If you want to join the membership, people, link is in the link is underneath in the chat. It's also in the pinned comment. Click the membership. Many great perks, including how to get on the channel, how to take priority on fan calling shows, plus more. But if you want to support for absolutely free, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And please share across all the socials, retweet and like from my Twitter, share it from my Instagram. Go on, Eddie.
You know, and I do mean, when I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. Chat Mafia, I need 60 likes. If I don't get 60 likes, I'm signing one of y'all up to be Salah's dribbling coach. Then you can deal with real frustration. Hit the like, please, people. Get to 60. Get 60, then we'll talk. Then we'll talk a little bit more about where to go from there. But if you don't hit that 60, one of y'all is becoming Salah's dribbling coach. And you're going to deal with real proper frustration. Something like you've never seen in your life. Imagine having to teach that brother how to dribble. Only dribbling he does it is in his sleep, if we're being honest. But I digress. My thing with the Alanga is this, bro. I don't see it, which is why I think the loan is the best way to go.
Do you think he can improve?
I think he has the mentality to improve. I don't think he thinks too highly of himself that he's above being critiqued at a high enough level to build on his game.
Yeah.
Right. I see him in the same way I see a lot of the good tryhards. Like a good tryhard is somebody who knows he's not all the way there and takes steps to get there somewhat. Right. And so he reminds me of that. Now, there are just these ones who are just like, no, this is what I am. I'm just going to run hard. Any team needs a guy who run hard and brings any woo. No, that's not Manchester United. That's my opinion. And so, yeah, I think he has the room to improve, but I think the only way he can improve is application. And I don't want his learning through application to happen while Manchester United is trying to compete and rebuild. Right? Because we can't be out here getting 6th place, but at least we're playing good football. No, if I can get a trophy out of it, I'll be a lot more respectful to it. But I'm not here to be on this reclamation project, because then that gives the team with the type of owners that we have, that gives them the outs to say, oh, yeah, we don't need to buy anything new because we're trying to build what we have right now on that Arsenal type bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, they're trying to build with a Martinelli, a Saka, and an Emile Smith-Rowe. Like, okay, build with that. Let me see you win something with that. No, I'm not for that. I'm not here for that.
Yeah. And that's where my thing is, like, people getting lost. Like I said, I'm not saying Alanga is the answer or he is the guy. What I'm saying is as of right now, this season, if there's other players who are better than him, cool. But like I said, just being able to do the basics can be effective in a system. I've said this. Like, he shouldn't be starting week in, week out. No, we should see him League Cup if we're playing lower league opposition, FA Cup if we're playing lower league opposition, the Europa League's a long competition, like, say we're away against some team in Moldova or at home, we'll see him then. Do I believe he's the guy? And no. Could he improve? Yes, he potentially could, because Eddie touched on it. Improvement. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has the mentality to improve, I should say. So that's how I'm looking at it. Go on, fam.
My fault. I keep cutting you off, brother. My fault.
It's calm, fam. No stress.
Henderson is a great bad try hard for us.
Big up
Henderson can make a pass every now and again. Right? Like, I remember the pass that he made to y'all.
Wait, which Henderson is he talking about? Henderson for United or Henderson?
I think he's talking about Henderson for Liverpool.
Let us know. Omo knows. And big up for the super chat as well. I appreciate it.
I think Henderson has something. I'm not like, he's not a Milner. Like, at least he has something. Milner's the one where I'm like, brother, how long of this shit do you have to give? So, with regards to Henderson, yeah. Again, of all your players, Thiago is the only one where I'm like, nah, shout out to you for tuning in, Omo. You could always pull up. Bro.
Yeah, man, appreciate it, man. All jokes, all banter aside, everyone's welcome, man. Like, no matter what team you support and that. But yeah, I'll let you get to. I'm gonna respond.
Yeah, to this, no, I think Henderson he can play a ball. He can play a pass, right? Like, people would try to tell me Bruno is a good try hard, but my thing is Bruno just runs and kicks the ball. He don't know where it's going unless he sees the net. If he sees the net, he's trying to get it somewhere in there. Other than that, he don't know where he's taking the ball. Henderson has a plan because he's been coached well. And this goes on to my part about Alanga. I have more faith in him improving because he's actually being coached than I would if it was still Ollie or Ragnick at the helm. Because...
Go on, Eddie, looking at the comments, yo. I love Eddie. Eddie looks at the comments.
Oh, you gotta get the real Zlatan on the mod list. He a real one too.
Oh yeah, big up Real Zlatan. I mod him now. Yeah, I recognize him from what's it called? From Rancid Streams and that. I'm gonna mod him. I will do. I'll mod him now. Big up for pulling up as well, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
just
mean,
modded him. But go on. I've started a few messages, but yeah, go on. We're
yeah,
gonna
like
get to all the comments we
Henderson,
can, people. Yeah, go on, fam. Carry on.
Henderson isn't the. It's because you got to compare. Like again, Henderson was getting compared to Pogba, which I just thought was an absolute disgusting type of comparison. But he's a winner.
Hmm.
He's a mentality monster. That's the thing with him. He actually like does not give up for your club. So that raises his game when it matters most. I've seen it, like just watching him play. The performances he's put out, I've never expected him to put out. But because he has something to him, he can put that out there. The other players, not so much.
Yeah. My thing is Omo. The reason why I get onto Henderson is because of the praise he receives.
Yeah.
There's people overhyping him, saying he's more than what he is. Henderson is a very, very good system player. In that Liverpool system, very good system player. And is effective in that system. That's it. He's no more than that. Because when he plays for England, we see the difference. Let's not act like he has any outstanding technical attributes. Let's not act like he has any outstanding physical attributes, probably apart from stamina.
Yeah.
Like, let's not do that, which adds into the whole being able to run around and be outside of being the engine guy. Outside of having a great engine, that's it. That's where my criticism comes from. Is he better than Fabinho? No. Is he better than Thiago? No. Is he better than Salah? No. Is he better than Mane? No. Is he better than Firmino? No. Is he better than Robertson? No. Is he better than Trent? No. Is he better than Van Dijk? No. I just listed up, but people will act like he's the guy. Like, let's not over-exaggerate his impact on that team. Does he have impact? Absolutely, yes. But let's not act like his impact on that team is Van Dijk, or Salah, or Mane, or Fabinho, or Robertson, or Trent. Let's not do that. That's one thing I'm going to say. Let's not do that. Let's not act like the reason why Liverpool fans are crying about getting a new midfielder is because they want Henderson replaced. That's the Henderson replacement you lot are looking for. It's not Fabinho. It's not Thiago. It's Henderson. Telling me Jude Bellingham going to land and Fabinho going to sit bench and you're going to do a double pivot of Thiago, Jude Bellingham, and Henderson. Or Thiago going to sit bench and it's going to be Fabinho. It's going to be Fabinho, Bellingham, Henderson. No. You man, and you know this. I bet if I ask you, Omo knows. You know who you're dropping out of that midfield free. You know this. You know what I'm saying? And that you're fully aware, and this is where it stems from. So when I say he sucks, I'm talking about the over-exaggeration and the over-importance on that team. Again, does he play an impact? Yes. Does he play a big impact at times? Absolutely. You're the captain. But let's not act like he's top 3 or top 5.
Yeah, there you go. Because
if you ask Liverpool fans, you're going into the Champions League final against Real Madrid. Everybody's fit. You can pick one player to miss the game. And we go through the side. We know who you're picking. Either Trent or Henderson missed this game. Robertson or Henderson. Van Dijk or Henderson. Thiago or Henderson. Fabinho or Henderson. Mane or Henderson. Salah or Henderson. You're picking Henderson to be missing every single time. I just went through the whole team. And again, that's not the criticism. And this is where Henderson is his impact is being over-exaggerated. And then I look at Alanga, who we were just talking about. His impact, I believe, is being under-exaggerated. Because he can be, just because you are the most talented doesn't mean you can't have an impact in a system. Alanga can have an impact in a system. We've seen him impact big games. We've seen him score goals. We've seen him get, you know what I'm saying, put in good performances. Not amazing. Not 10 out of 10, but Henderson ain't really 10 out of 10, but that 7 out of 10 gets you over the line. Alanga took Rashford's place. People forget this. The reason why we got on Rashford because he took his... Someone mentioned Brandon Williams. Brandon Williams did the same to Shaw. Brandon Williams, for a period of time was effective. That's all I'm saying. Because football in 2022 is a system-based game. Can you get the pieces that make your system more... Can you get the pieces in your system to make it more effective? Of course you need talent. So in the Liverpool, of course you need a Alisson, a Van Dijk, a Trent, a Robertson, a Fabinho, a Thiago, a Mane, a Mo Salah. Of course you need talent. It's going to help. But that's what it is. Omar with another super chat says, I agree our players get too much praise from 18-19, but City got 100 points. The league/affiliate business needed a rivalry for added revenue. I don't even think you got too much praise. It was just It depends who you're talking to, Omo knows. That's what I would say. It depends on who
Yeah.
you're talking to. So when
And
I'm
again-
critical, I'm talking to people who hype up Henderson. Like, let's not make him a bigger deal than he is. Yeah, go on, fam.
And I have to just address something real quick.
Yeah. Get to it, fam.
Chat Mafia. Let me tell y'all something right now, man. If I don't see 70 likes, I swear on everything I love, I will sign y'all up for a end of the pitch race with Jordan Henderson to see how strong them inhalers are. You'll be our test subjects, people. Get us to 70 likes. I know you can do it. Y'all always come through. Get to 70 likes, people. But to the Henderson thing, again, his contribution is mentality. It's not defending. It's not creating. It's strictly mentality. When we speak, and again, preface this by saying you're on a ManDem United podcast. We'll joke about your players, but that's all we have to do. Like we can't be talking about, you know, how we're competing with y'all for titles. In due time, it'll come back to that.
Facts. Big up King K as well. And we was Latin blessed, man. Big up.
All we have is the corn. All we have is sometimes the jokes. Now, there's always some truth to a joke. The
best jokes normally have some form of truth in them.
You dig what I'm saying? So let's not act like, you know, of the top 5 midfielders I think about, like he's not on that list. He's not. He's not even the first on your team. I'd take Thiago before any other midfielder you'd offer me. And Thiago barely plays. But I need one game, I'm taking Thiago, bro. It's just what it is. So yeah, don't trip over that one. I don't think, you know, rival fans speaking on your team is anything to lose sleep over. I think what you should lose sleep over is your midfield. Because, brother, that midfield needs an update.
Yeah, and you can see what he's trying to do because they signed Carvalho, who obviously is a midfielder. I know they got a youngster who's coming through as well. Wandon says, Flawless, Ten Hag says it's one game, a lot of work needs to be done.
Yeah.
A lot of work to do. We made lots of mistakes today. Of course, man. He is Ten Hag, a drill sergeant. He's a perfectionist. You know what I'm saying? He's very meticulous with his approach and very precise. So of course he's going to see the mistakes. That's what he is. When you're a winner and have that mindset, he's not going to see all the good stuff that Eddie was talking about. Well, he'll see it, but he'll be like, all right, that's good, but we need to correct the mistakes. We've seen it in the training videos that have come out when he's telling players, quick, faster. You know what I'm saying in that? Like, that's absolutely, it needs to be done. Flawless, do you accept that United fans self-hate sometimes? What do you mean by self-hate? You mean on the team?
Yeah.
Elaborate and answer the question.
They ran Pogba out of here. That's what you mean.
Yeah, depends what you mean. So I want to give you, because you're super child, and like I want to give you a proper response. So let me know, and I will respond to this. He also said,
"Don't blame really us." Trying to run with Henderson, huh?
Don't blame us for the media hype. Liverpool praise gets clicks. Liverpool hate doesn't get clicks. Man United need to stop clicking hate. I don't pay attention to the media. I don't pay outside, contrary to popular belief, outside of like being on stream and talking about. I don't talk about football outside of here. I don't. Go look at my socials. I rarely talk up. It might be the odd tweet here and there. I ain't talking in football. In general life, when I'm having conversations with people, I ain't talking. When me and Eddie are talking off air, we ain't talking football. We'll be running jokes about some other shit. We might be talking basketball or be talking about some other stuff. Like I talk all day long about football and Manchester United. So it's like, I'm not trying to do this outside of it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really trying to do that. So with that, people just want to be upset, Omo. That's what it is. Whether that's Manchester United fans or whether that's Manchester United or fans or whether that's Liverpool fans. If there's an article, if it's a United fan who is critical of Maguire and they see an article criticizing Maguire, of course they're going to click that. Same way, if they hate Liverpool and they see an article criticizing Klopp, they're going to click that. And vice versa. It's what suits your agenda. Bro, their own fans say McFred, Fridge, Maguire, Man, or Luke Shaw is shit like Shaw is great, it's crazy sometimes. What is this? Say this again. Their own. So basically,
Oh no, he's talking about how we kill our players.
But they deserve. Sometimes players deserve to be killed. It's all about if it's fair or not. These players have underachieved. There's a reason we've gone 6 years without a trophy. These players have to be held accountable for that. So I wouldn't call it self-hate, as long as it remains football and your criticism of these players is fair. I've said this. McTominay is not good enough. Fred, to me, as a first team, is not good enough. Maguire is not good enough. Luke Shaw's been here nearly 10 years. It's not good enough. The list goes on and on and on and on. I want what's best for my football team. So if I believe a player is not good enough, I'm going to state that. That's not self-hate. That's just me giving my opinion. Because if these players were that good, we wouldn't go 6 years without a trophy. Said this, a lot of these players are not the standard.
Yeah.
They're not the standard. I like Sancho, I like Varane, exclude the new signings, exclude the youngsters, and exclude Donny, who's not played.
Yeah.
The rest of them I look at and go, yeah. And then the odd one like a Dalot, someone mentioned Dalot could cook. I like Dalot. But if Dalot was to be moved on or a right back was to be signed, I wouldn't be, yo, that's wrong. Yeah, go on, Eddie.
Again, Omo, you have to understand, like, you're talking to two guys who really saw United at its best and were still, like, able to understand what was going on. Like, it's not when we was, like, 3 or 4, but even they were nice then. Mm-hmm. But we talking about, like, just 2000s when we was really running it. Yeah. And the types of player profiles that we had, none of these guys would hit it. None of these guys would damn near make the bench with the likes of who we've had come through this club. So do we speak from a place of privilege? Absolutely. I think if your team, again, so let's take loser pool, for example. If your team had a drastic drop off from this team that you currently have now, I don't think you'd be saying the players that you currently have are that good, right? And to your Rashford point, Rashford has been coached. Rashford has decided that his way is better than what all the coaches have told me. And in addition, he's just not good enough. Yeah. So even if I do coach him up, how much can I get out of him? Mm-hmm. He made his name off of athleticism. That's the thing. That's the issue that Rashford's having. After being the fastest, strongest, quickest on the pitch. And now that his body is broken down to some extent, he's lost a step. We're trying to see what's there and what's there to salvage, and we're not seeing anything. Oh, y'all hit the 70. That's why I fuck with y'all. Shout out to y'all hitting that 70. Now I'm not gonna be greedy, but I'm gonna be greedy. Let's get to 75, 80. That's all I'm gonna say.
Supposed to up. And yeah, Real Zlatan says it here best. Like, Henderson is a role player. He brings a certain aspect to Liverpool and it's effective for them. See, that's fair. And I've said this, Omo. But with the actual coach, bro, you'll see so much more from the players. I do expect the players I don't rate to improve. But back to Eddie's point is, even with them improving, I still don't think they're good enough. Yeah. I still don't think Shaw is good enough. I still don't think Lindelof is good enough. I still don't think Maguire is good enough. McTominay, Fred, Bruno, Ronaldo, Rashford. Even with the best coach, like some of them, I think can be squad players. Some of them, I think, need to be sold. But we need to do better because, yes, it's all well and good having players in a system, but you need talent. There has to be talent there. That's one thing, whether you look at City, whether you look at Liverpool, like their manager's great, and their coach is great, absolutely, and their system's fantastic. Yes, but they also have talented players within them systems. When you look at City's team, they have talented players all across the pitch. If you look at their fullbacks, if you look at their centre-backs, their midfielders, both defensive and attacking, their wide players, their 9 or false 9, talent with the system. Because you can have the greatest system in the world, but if the players have no talent, you never going to reach the heights where Manchester United are trying to go. United ain't just trying to become a top 4 team. are a Champions League team again. The aim is to contend and win Premier Leagues, contend and win Champions Leagues. So if we're trying to aim, we need to be on par with the teams who are there now, your Cities and your Liverpools. That's what it is. These players ain't good enough. They're just not. But do I expect more out of them? Yes, this is why I look at it and go, we should win a trophy this season. I've said this. Target that Europa League. And Mertaza says, if a player is shit and they act cocky, example, Alanga is fine. But players like McTominay and Maguire have the biggest ego, and Shaw slates United on international duty. That's where the problem lies. Again, this is Merta, and this again comes back to what I was saying. This is Mertaza's viewpoint on it. Every fan has their own different viewpoint on it. I just look at it and be like, if you're not good enough, you're not good enough. I ain't fussed really if you're cocky or not. It's a bit more cheeky from the likes of Maguire. We would be talking about I get picked. It just shows his lack of self-awareness, and that's a mentality thing, which then affects him on the pitch. Because he thinks he's playing well. He thinks his career has been a success so far, which is crazy. Absolutely nuts. And Black Diamond says it here, finally United will have a system and an identity. It's a start. Yeah, absolutely. But what attributes do the players lack? I think composure and ball control is lacking, but confidence improves those things a bit. Yes, confidence can improve those, but now where you got to ask individually what players we're talking about. Shaw, to me, is just not a modern-day fullback. Simple as that.
Shaw's not a professional.
Yeah, I don't think he's good enough. He doesn't excel at anything. He doesn't have any attributes defensively that he excels at. He doesn't have any attributes offensively that he excels at. I put Maguire in that mix. I put Rashford in that mix. I put Ronaldo in that mix. Lindelof to an extent in that mix too. I put him in there as well. Like that's where it lands. Shaw can't cross. That's a myth. That's a myth, Omo. That's a myth. Yeah. You can't. He's not a good crosser of the ball. He's not.
And here's the thing. There's a base level that you have to conduct yourself at as a professional athlete that Shaw is not hitting. When I tell you Shaw cannot maintain his weight, like I was a big guy before I looked like this. I used to play American football. And at a certain point, I was like, yo, I got tired of carrying around all this weight and not really having to use it. Football is one of the most cardiovascular, like the most demanding thing on your cardiovascular system. You're running. You're doing this.
No.
I mean, you can call me Weight Watchers, but
that's a part of football. He's not in shape.
How many of your players are out of shape?
That's a fair point.
Name me one loser-pool player who's out of shape. You talk about Shaw's crossing. Shaw is good for one cross, and that's it. After that, he's tired. He doesn't track back. He doesn't overlap.
Yeah.
Anybody can kick a like again, people. Anybody can kick a ball on the pitch. Not too many can control the ball, manipulate the ball, and then stay engaged for 90 minutes.
Facts.
That's mentally draining. So you can call it Weight Watchers. It's not your team. So our demise is your benefit at the end of the day. And so if you want to ride for Luke Shaw, I'll let you have that one.
He's just not good enough, man. Like that's what it is with Shaw. I'd forget everything else. Like, is it part of his weight? Yes, but he's just not good enough. Let's not lose sight of what we're talking about. He's just not good enough. Even if he was in shape, he's not good enough as a fullback. He's not. What does he excel at? That's always my question. Lindelof, what does he excel at? Maguire, what does he excel at? McTominay, what does he excel at? Fred, what does he excel at? Rashford, what does he excel at? Ronaldo, what does he excel at? I'm saying, like, what does he excel at? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, he's not good enough. Like, forget his weight. Luke Shaw is not good enough. He's been here 10 years. Tells you what you need to know, man. But again, people will ride and die on some strange hills. Don't get it. Don't personally understand it. That's me. But is that my guy James? Big up James though in the cut anyway.
So wait a minute.
Yes,
He
James.
ran the whole
Big up my guy James Dixon
to score in the Euros final to overlap. His problems are technically not physically. So after he ran that length, what did he do? He disappeared.
That's a problem.
10 years, 11 assists.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
being
He's
like, they're making it look like I'm crazy.
Yeah,
Nah, man. Y'all can ride for him. I'll ride with the facts. I'll ride with these two things called my eyeballs, which have seen this brother stink it up for 11 years. Never improve himself physically. I gave him a grace period after the leg break. I said he just broke his leg. You know what? Maybe now he'll have the time to get his health in order so he can maintain a certain level of athleticism. Like, again, people, you see him for the first 15 minutes of every game doing what he needs to do, and then he's slagging out there. It's not wrong. It's not wrong. How many left backs are built like Luke Shaw in the Premier League?
He true say he's not built like a modern day fullback. That's a fact. That I agree with. I do. Do I believe his physical attributes is a problem? Yes, but I also believe his technical attributes is a problem. I also believe his mental attributes is a problem. He has all three issues: technical, physical, and mental. If we're breaking down attributes into three categories, so you have physical, you have technical, and you have mental, and you have the mental side of things. He has issues across all three. And almost says, I just ride for players improvement. Klopp has just changed my mind. What he did with Ronaldo, I don't know. I just think he can improve every player. If that's the case, he would have kept all the players you had. He went and signed players. He signed Alisson. He signed Robertson. He signed Van Dijk. He signed Kanate. He signed Fabinho. He signed Thiago. He signed Salah. He signed Mane. He signed Firmino. He signed your whole first team. There's a reason for that, because the players that you had there initially were not good enough to play his system. You don't win your one Premier League title in 33 years and your one Champions League without them players. This is where this whole improvement thing is a myth. And you saying, yeah, your player improvement, like, it's all well and good improving players, but they need to have talent. And Klopp, that's why Klopp bought a whole new first 11. He did. He bought a whole new first 11. Pretty much. Who's there? Trent from the academy and Henderson. He was already there. Like, it's not that. But yeah, back to the whole point is these players are just not, and even with improvements with Ten Hag and having a system, they'll get to a certain level, yes. But is Luke Shaw it? No. Is Lindelof, Maguire, and I could list all the players, are they it? No. How many of these players go to teams better than us and go compete? How many of these players get in Real Madrid side, or Liverpool side, or City side, or it even be a debate? It's not even a debate. Like, at least let it be a debate. Like, you can take Sancho anywhere and debate him getting into a team. You go, yeah, Sancho's a quality. Yeah, Sancho's a quality winger. But the rest of them, really? Like, that's my point on it. But we're going to close out anyway, people. We did an extended ManDem United podcast. Obviously, big up to Ivorian. The link's in the chat. The link's in the title for his channel, Red United TV. Eddie will be back on Thursday's edition. But since we extended it and Eddie was in the chat, I said jump on Tuesday's edition. But yeah, go on, Eddie. So you going to say, fam?
I'm seeing 74. All we need is one more like, people.
Let's go.
One more like. One more like. Y'all give us one more like, and I'll say that Shaw has the figure of a Fabio.
This guy's crazy.
I'll do that for y'all. Oh, Shaw built like Fabio. He don't need to change nothing about his diet. I was wrong. You was right. 75 likes. Hello. Appreciate you, Chat Mafia. Always my people.
Big up the chat. Make sure you hit the like button on the video, whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back. Share it across all the socials. Subscribe to the channel. We did hit 4K, then it updated, and then we dipped below. So we're like single digits away from 4K, but we'll get there anyway this week. We're back tonight, people. So I'll be on Shameless FC either 10 p.m. or 10:30 p.m. on Carefree Lewis's channel. And then you will get a Sarcasm City Sports Q&A on the Twitch, people. Midnight. Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, where we answer all your sporting questions. I'll be there. Eddie might be there. The rest of the panelists might be there as well. As for the ManDem United podcast, this show will be back Thursday, people. If something breaks tomorrow, I'll shout Ivorian and we'll do a Wednesday edition. But other than that, Thursdays, you get it Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5:30 p.m. here live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Eddie, my brother, anything you want to add before we close out?
Nah, I fuck with the chat. Thank y'all so much for the engagement. Flawless always. Keep killing shit, my dog.
Welcome.
And please subscribe and get my guy to 4K. He deserved it a while ago, but let's get him to it today, people. Let's do that.
Yeah, man. Big up, man. Appreciate it. I'm just checking now how many numbers we're actually on. Because like I said, we're like close. It's definitely single digits. So it's around that. We will do a 4K party as well, people. We 110% will do a 4K party.
Shout out Dundada. Shout out the chat every time.
Yeah, man. Shout out Dundada. Shout out Black Diamond, King K, James Dixon as well, who you can catch on the Unfiltered podcast with myself, him, and Andy Tate on Saeed's channel on Sundays as well. Love that. You know what I'm saying? Love to see all the regulars. Yeah, we're literally 6 away in it. So yeah, big up to everyone that's locked in. This has been the ManDem United podcast on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube.